Fans, we're not doing any official Godzilla intro. We are in the middle of a sweat. Welcome. My name's Damon Bruce. Let me make sure that this is muted up here. And my goodness, what we are about to have is a finish for the ages. Tied at 16, 2 minutes to play. We'll be coming out of the 2-minute warning here in just a moment, and let's see exactly what the San Francisco 49ers have up their sleeve. They're going to be looking at a 3rd and 5 coming back from this break, and it has just been a up and down football game. It's been sloppy at times. It's been exhilarating at times. It's been frustrating at times. The offense is not living up to its billing. Now, all of that can go away, and all the pain and all the criticism, if they are able to finish this game, all of it can go away. But the defense has done its job this afternoon. Will the offense be able to come through? Kyle Shanahan got away from the run. 3 straight 3-and-outs at the beginning of the second half obviously have not been good for business. The muffed punt, it really wasn't even a muffed punt. It was a punt that fell and hit the back of Darrell Luter Jr.'s heel. And why Ray McLeod just doesn't dive on that ball, he tries to pick it up and make a play, and that gave the Chiefs great field position for the strike that Patrick Mahomes has had. Juwan Jennings has put this team on his back. I mean, Jennings put the team on his back is kind of what we're looking at here, and we'll see if it's enough to get the 49ers over the hump. 3rd and 4 here coming back. 16-16, and all of a sudden, instead of doing a post-game show, we are doing a live watch party. So let's do it together. Let's everybody calm down. Let's take a little shot of whiskey, and we will finish this one together. Cheers. Mazel. Here we go. What is this going to be for the 49ers? As big of a 3rd and 4 as you're going to find. It would leave Moody with a very long field goal if they don't do something here. And that pass was batted down pretty much at the line of scrimmage right there. Purdy got blitzed, and it looked like Steve Spagnuolo's aggression has paid off here. So now, hold on, let me see if this is an actual bat down. It was. I think McDuffie got a piece of that. He was in the air, and it looks like it clipped his left arm. So now, it is Nick Moody, who earlier in this game hit the longest field goal in Super Bowl history, then to only find it erased in the record book by a Harrison Butker 57-yarder, is now lining up for a 53-yard field goal attempt that would give the 49ers a 3-point lead. And with 1:57 left on the clock, Patrick Mahomes all the time he would need. Moody, it's good. Woo! Jake Moody. Wow. 19-16. The 49ers lead 1:53 away from a Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes has an eternity. And if that doesn't scare you, you just haven't been paying attention. I'm a little frightened. I bet you're a little frightened. And here we go. We're going to have ourselves a heart attack finish in Las Vegas. It is good to have you here. My name is Damon Bruce. Thank you so much for joining me here on the Plus as we wrap up this Super Bowl and my first year covering the NFL exclusively on YouTube. It's been an awful lot of fun, but right now, I don't think fun is the word to describe what anyone is feeling. It's pretty much a feeling of nausea that I think is dominating right now. Unbelievable game of just back and forth sort of who's going to take charge? Is anyone going to take charge of this football game? Again, Kansas City's been held to 16 points here at the 2-minute warning, essentially, which means this team's defense has absolutely done its job. We will now see if Patrick Mahomes does his job. We will now see. By the way, T from the 203, thank you very much. Just dropping in a little jingle jangle to the get. You know what? Here, we don't want to break a streak, so we're going to turn the ganja jar around and feel a little bit better at that. By the way, my man Mark Persante, who's a friend and a fan of the channel, sent me this for Christmas. I thought I was going to save it for the Super Bowl, and let's see if this isn't a lucky t-shirt when this game is done, or if it doesn't automatically go to the fireplace because it just didn't work out. So, first pass, clock is running. Mahomes hits Kelsey, 1st and 10. They're getting closer to midfield already. A little pressure. Mahomes is going to take this one out of bounds, just kind of eat it. That's the right choice. And oh man. Ooh-wee. Ooh. How's everyone feeling? Everyone a little stressed out here? Everyone feeling a little funky right here and now? Oh my gosh. Let's see what happens. 1st and 10. When we come back here, the Kansas City Chiefs are sitting at their 36-yard line. Mahomes, dump off in the middle. That's going to be a first down. That is now at midfield. Look at it this way. I see Bamboo Soldier right here is saying, I smell OT. Given the nature of Patrick Mahomes at this point where the Chiefs now are on the field, if you're selling me overtime, I think without a doubt, I would buy it. I would buy it. What you don't want here is Patrick Mahomes getting into his magic bag and pulling a touchdown out. That's an overthrow. So it's going to be 3rd and 2 now. 3rd and 2. We're watching this together. Again, thanks for being here. Oh, the stress is real. The stress is real, my football friends. I thought maybe at the 2-minute warning we might have ourselves a little conclusion. No, not right now. Nothing even close to being concluded right now. This is a stress test. Hopefully you took all your heart pills. Hopefully you've already eaten, because if you haven't eaten yet, your stomach is in no mood right now to eat. It is 3rd and 2. They are very close to the field goal range of Harrison Butker, who's obviously been the man in the postseason. Little dump off to Jerick McKinnon. Jerick McKinnon, of all guys, just picked up that first down. Kansas City still has 2 timeouts, 39 seconds. They're going to be looking at 1st and 10. All kinds of time and room to operate. All kinds of time and room to operate. Woo! Oh, man. Oh, man. Cut away to Brock Purdy. There's a timeout on the field. Cut away to Christian McCaffrey. This is a stressed out looking football team. Again, the defense has pretty much done its job in this game. It was an offensive performance where, look, Brock Purdy came out. He completed his first 5 throws of the game, and he was 8 of 10 for 105 yards in the first quarter. As it stands right now, after going for 105 yards in the first quarter, Brock has found himself at 205 yards. So only 100 yards passing for Brock after the first quarter. At one point, and I got this stat from Josh Dubow, at one point from the start of the second quarter, Juwan Jennings had more passing yards than Brock Purdy till about 2 minutes 23 remaining in the third quarter. The beginning of the third quarter is where offense kind of went to die for the 49ers. Mahomes is looking to have a quarterback draw, and he has brought the ball ahead for 3 yards, 2nd and 7. They got a timeout left. Tick, tick, tick. We're going to get this ball snapped with 20 seconds on the clock. Mahomes hunting, throws it away on 2nd and 7. There are 16 seconds left in this game. And Harrison Butker, who is absolute postseason money, honey, might be in a position here to kick a game-tying field goal, but there is at least one more play that Patrick Mahomes might have a chance to scare the hell out of you with. Debo, eyes closed. Man, I thought he pulled a hamstring, wasn't going to come back in this game. He came back in this game. Dre Greenlaw popping his Achilles, I think, celebrating a 3 and out. That wasn't very good. Underneath dump to Kelsey, who is running down to the 10-yard line. And this is now Going to be first and goal with 9 seconds. We got an injury on the field. I don't know which Niner is down, but Travis Kelce has just set up what would be an easy touchdown for Patrick Mahomes in terms of how much yardage you got to cover. Oh boy. This could be tough, kids. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens here. So far, what are we looking at? This is a 5-play, 64-yard drive. Is that Jair Brown is down? He is breathing hard. He is hurt. Jair Brown is down after a game where they have pretty much held Travis Kelce in check. After a game where George Kittle has been very much held in check. Kelce has made some very big plays here on this drive. That is a dislocated shoulder, I bet you, for Jair Brown. Travis Kelce just lowered the boom on him. And the way he's holding it, that's that's a stinger, if not a dislocation. He ain't feeling good, that is for sure. Ooh. Well, it's good to be amongst friends. It's good to be amongst friends here. There's 10 seconds left. Patrick Mahomes is going to have, 2 plays in 10 seconds? First and 10 from the 10 to win a Super Bowl. If the Kansas City Chiefs score a touchdown here, that's ball game. If for whatever reason the 49ers defense can hold here to a field goal, we'll all be going to overtime together. I can't even imagine what the ratings are in America on this game right now. Here we go. First and 10. Super Bowl on the line. Man, oh man. That is a pass behind Travis Kelce. Fred Warner was blanketing him. Great coverage. 6 seconds left to play. Fred Warner just straight up lining up on Travis Kelce, getting him to business. Kelce tried to do one of those get to the line of scrimmage and fall down sitting backwards. They are not going to run another offensive play. Here comes Harrison Butker with 5 seconds left. I thought for sure they might have run one more. A quick hitter, a quick strike. 29-yard attempt for Butker. This would be the single greatest field goal miss of all time, giving the 49ers a championship. Butker, though, hits it. It is true. And with 3 seconds left, this game is tied 19-19. Ho, 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 ho. We are going to overtime, boys and girls. We are going to overtime. I would like to stress the importance of running the ball in overtime to Kyle Shanahan. I seriously hope he is listening. And all of a sudden, you can't help but think and look at the fact that even though Jake Moody has made a couple of long field goals, he had a point after touchdown that came out too low and was blocked. Had that not happened, this would be a 1-point lead for the 49ers right now. They'd be up 20-19. But a blocked point after touchdown against special teams have not been the friends of the San Francisco 49ers throughout the entirety of the Kyle Shanahan era. And Moody did his job on the field goals, but the point after touchdown, oh, man. Dirty Rice. I blame Taylor Swift for overtime. Hey, look at it this way. At that point, overtime felt like it'd be a deal for the 49ers. The last thing you want is Patrick Mahomes with about $140 in all of his timeouts, or 2 timeouts anyways, with a chance to drive to win a Super Bowl. Oh, he might have looked in the middle of the field and had a wide open receiver. Moody made two 50-yard field goals. Yes, he did, but he missed the point after touchdown. We are tied 19-19, and we are heading to overtime. Regulation is over. So let me just say it's great to have you here. I have covered the 49ers for almost 20 years, and obviously, if we are looking at a Super Bowl tonight, it will be the first that I have covered this team with. It has been 10,606 days since the 49ers last won the Lombardi Trophy. That's 29 years and 14 days. That is 348 and 1/2 months. That is 1,515 weeks and 1 day, nearly 1 billion seconds since the 49ers have come home from the Lombardi Trophy, and they will have to wait at least until overtime to see if it, when you go to bed tonight, will be 0 days or 10,607 days since the 49ers have won a Super Bowl. We got Bill Vinovich out here for a overtime coin toss that I'm sure is sponsored by something. I mean, they've got to sponsor the overtime coin toss somehow, some way here. Needless to say, how this coin lands is very large, very, very large moment in time right here. Man, oh man, oh man. Let's see what happens right here, right now. All right, Bill, stop talking about it. Flip the fucking coin. What do we got? It is tails, and the 49ers are going to receive, as you would have imagined, in overtime. A touchdown by the 49ers means they are Super Bowl champions in this one drive. A field goal, obviously, we all know the Chiefs are going to get the ball back. And all of a sudden, my TV is frozen up here. That is unacceptable at this particular time, to say the least. Unacceptable. So let me just go ahead, make sure I'm caught up to real-time action. Don't want to be behind the clock now. Not now more than ever. All right, we're in here. Let me, first of all, let you know that we're brought to you by Dr. Paul Hughes, a little Postgame and Damon, which right now is turning into overtime, Damon. But we're brought to you by Dr. Paul Hughes, and I am, if you don't mind, going to give this man an awful lot of love right here and right now, because Dr. Paul Hughes, who's at this game tonight with his son Hunter, has got my knee feeling better than ever, and I just walked a bunch of miles up and down the boulevards of Las Vegas, in the hallways of way too many casinos. I don't even know how many steps I put on my body this week. It was probably actually good for me, the most exercise I've had in a really long time, but my knee's not hurting thanks to Dr. Paul Hughes, who has stem cell replacement therapy to make your knee better than ever. Also, my trip out to Vegas was brought to you by my buddy Ike of Ike's Sandwiches. He definitely helped foot the bill for that hotel room, and my man Ike is all over the success of this channel, as is Dr. Paul Hughes, so I wanted to give him some love. I mean, if you don't get some love for your sponsors during a Super Bowl, what the hell are you doing? To try to cut the stress just a little bit of this game. From a commercial standpoint, nothing really stood out. I don't think we saw any all-timers here. The Usher halftime show, I can tell you, Usher's got more talent than most people will have breaths of oxygen in their lives. That guy is unbelievably talented. Very good halftime show by Usher. Alicia Keys, Her was out there. Ludacris made a cameo. Big afro on Luda, which is everyone's favorite version of Ludacris, I believe. And now we are in overtime. Harrison Butker kicked that off. It has gone right through the back of the end zone. And so now it is Brock Purdy, who is a touchdown away from being a god. A touchdown on this drive away from being confirmed as a god. And if you see me turning here, I'm not distracted. What I do have is a TV that doesn't freeze over there and a TV that does freeze over here. So let me look over here to see what is going on at the end of this Super Bowl, because I got a little bit of a better chance of not getting caught behind the time. All right. Again, Kyle not running the ball on first down. And that's not an interception, is it? Is that an interception? No, it is not. It is not an interception. Kyle, feel free to run the fucking ball. Feel free to run the ball, Kyle. That was nearly an interception. Debo, off his hands, ball popped up, diving Kansas City Chief, ball came out of the hands. Whew. It's a good thing he's got a cast on that arm. Whoever that was diving for that for Kansas City. Again, I got the volume turned down. I couldn't see the number of the player's jersey. Snap off. What do we got? We got a flag here. We got a false start. Is this the fourth false start of the game? Fourth false start of this game. Brandon Ayuk is the culprit this time. That's a rough false start in the moment. You do not want to be behind the chains in overtime. Brian with a little super chat right here. Tuned in but not watching. Back afterwards. Fair enough. If it were up to me, I'd be watching the Super Bowl. As a matter of fact, that's exactly what I'm doing here. On 2nd and 15, Brock hands it off to McCaffrey. This is going to set up a 3rd and long. If the 49ers open up overtime with a 3 and out, I don't know what to tell you. 3rd and 13. 3rd and 13 is what we're now looking at. 3rd and 13, the biggest third down of the entire year for the 49ers. You do not want to punt the ball back to Patrick Mahomes right here without at least scoring a field goal. 3rd and 13, ball is off, ball is out, and it's batted down at the line of scrimmage. Holy shit. Oh my goodness. Now, we're not seeing the 49ers offense go trotting off the field here. Bill Vinovich, what is he about to tell us? There is a flag on this play. I need a little volume to see what's going on. Not so much volume that I get thrown off of YouTube for broadcasting the Super Bowl. Holding defense number 22, a hold on Trent McDuffie, who is an all-pro, is going to keep this drive alive for the 49ers. How bad did he commit this hold? Oh, well, he got his arms around Juwan. He made contact past that 5 yards. Got his arm around his hip. Juwan Jennings putting the team on his back. Again, you're going to hear that an awful lot. All right, let me make sure this volume is down. Don't want any copyright violations here. Oh, what do you know? Christian McCaffrey running the ball around the left-hand side. It's going to pick up a few yards, get you on schedule. This is a good thing. You want to remain on schedule when you're in overtime against the Kansas City Chiefs. Woo-wee! Let me tell you, when I said and thought to myself, how am I going to get a leg up for Super Bowl or just post-game shows all year long, I'm going to start at the 2-minute warning. And maybe, during the regular season, that might come back and haunt me with an overtime game or something like that. I never assumed it might be the Super Bowl. 2nd and 7. Let's call this a watch party, shall we? We are 23 minutes into this broadcast, and we still have zero conclusion as to who's going to win this Super Bowl. McCaffrey up the middle, picks up about 4, maybe 5. It looks like it's going to be 3rd and 2. All of a sudden, George Kittle is running back to the locker room. I have no idea why or what is going on there. Wow. Some of the play calling. I mean, even with a win, some of Kyle's play calling is going to be questioned. But all questions are answered with a big silver trophy if you get to hold it up. Oh, I want the narrative around this team to change so bad. That is a first down to Ayuk. He just fell down on the N in the midfield NFL logo. So it's a first down at midfield. And all of a sudden, You just got to start thinking the 49ers can win this game right here and right now. And just everything that you know about Patrick Mahomes, hopefully they do. Hopefully they do, because you don't want to give that guy a ball back and he scores a touchdown, and then all of a sudden everything that you worked all year for is just gone. So it is 1st and 10. The 49ers are at their own 48-yard line. They're looking to cross midfield here. And it looks like McCaffrey's going to get him to the 50-yard line. So far, we are looking at a 6-play, 25-yard drive for the 49ers. T from the 203 says, this is a better watch party than the one with my coworkers. Well, thank you. You're amongst friends. Both teams get the ball, not with a touchdown. Not if the 49ers score a touchdown. If you get 6th, this game is over. Juwan Jennings with a hard motion. Purdy under a lot of pressure. He flips it out to Christian McCaffrey, who is going way up the sideline. He's going to be out at about the 25-yard line on 2nd and 6. The 49ers all of a sudden got life. This Chiefs defense, little gassed, a little slow. Boy, Christian McCaffrey took that from behind the 50-yard line, and he ran a good 20, 25 yards with that. Woo! Woo! Who's feeling it? Who's feeling it? I'm dying here. Don't both teams get a possession in playoff overtime? I don't believe so if there's a touchdown, unless there's some rule change to where a touchdown here by the 49ers, all of a sudden the Chiefs also get a possession. That would be new to me. Maybe I should have been paying attention to Bill Vinovich here, Philip Don Michael Johnson Thomas. What do you know? You start running the ball and good things happen. You start getting the ball in Christian McCaffrey's hand, good things. We do have a rule change. All right, we got a rule change. I was not aware of that rule change. I don't like that rule change. I think you get 6th in OT, you should walk off the field with a big fat L. Elijah Mitchell's got some fresh legs, and he runs the ball for a first down. It's down to the 12-yard line. Tick, 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 tick. What do we got? What are we looking at? What do we got? What are we looking at? This is now an 8-play drive, and George Kittle has come out of the locker room. He is back on the field. 8 plays, 47 yards. That's where the 49ers are on this drive so far. The stress is officially real. 4 rushes, 4 passes. Kyle finding the balance that we've been looking for all game here on this drive. All right, so both teams get the ball. All right, that sucks. That sucks. The Josh Allen rule. Again, you get 6th. That should be it right there. Jason says, no better place to watch than with the legend, Damon. Well, thank you very much. Let's knock off all that legend nonsense. But thank you very, very much. It's great to be here with you. What a rewarding first year it's been. What a catch by Kyle Juszczyk. Are they giving that to him? Did he control that ball through the catch? If he did, we got ourselves a first down. 49ers. Kyle Juszczyk, great catch. Oh, he's got that ball. He's stretched out. That is a catch. If that's not a catch, I don't know what is. He is stretching the ball. He controlled it. He has. Come on. We're not looking at that, are we? If that's not a catch. Yeah, that's a catch. 1st and 10 from the 15. Look, I did an article about, or a video about how good Greg Papa is at play-by-play. It ain't easy. It ain't easy. And yes, indeed, that is a catch. All right, hold on. Now I got this TV frozen here at the wrong time. I'm going to turn around, look at my other TV. What is going on? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Second and 4. McCaffrey. Again, why they're running to the right side right now when you got Trent Williams over on the left side. Don't know about that. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Absolute gargantuan. Absolute gargantuan. 3rd down here. T from the 203. Hey, doing color is also hard. Yeah, I'm filling both roles. I'm going full Tim Roy right here. Oh, my. Oh. Purdy thrown in the corner of the end zone. Unfortunately, nobody is in the corner of the end zone. That is incomplete. It is 4th and 4. So now the field goal that you didn't want to settle for, you have to settle for, which again just opens the door for all kinds of Patrick Mahomes shenanigans. And if you're a 49er fan, you don't want Patrick Mahomes shenanigans. To say that this is a big kick for you here, Jake Moody, is a huge understatement. This thing better go through. Jake Moody, this thing better not come out low. 27-yard attempt from the right hash. Ball is snapped, hold is clean, and it is through. 49ers are up a field goal in overtime, 22-19. They lead the Kansas City Chiefs with 7:22 left in overtime, and I think I need another shot. It's a bottle pull evening. It's a bottle pull Super Bowl, my friends. By the way, it was an awful lot of fun in Las Vegas. I hope you had fun enjoying some of the content we got to send back from Las Vegas. An awful lot of love and compliments certainly came the way, and I thank you very much for that. I really, really do. I'll say this. 49ers best unit is coming back out on this field. This defense has been very good tonight. Very, very good tonight. And they need to be very good right now. Ooh, a little round of applause on that one. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very, very much. Joe says, chug it. No, Joe Schmo, I will not be chugging the remainder of that bottle of whiskey. But I can promise you it might be gone by the time this night ends. 4th career postseason overtime game that's tied for the most among quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes is 1-2 in overtime postseason games. And if he goes to 1-3, the 49ers will have become champions of the entire world for the first time in 10,606 days. So here comes the kickoff. Moody drilled this son of a bitch out of the back of the end zone, and he did. He might have hit that as a field goal. Did that go through the uprights? He had a little juice on that one. Here we go. Here we go. You know, I will say this. I don't think Tony Romo is going to get crushed tomorrow. I thought he's had a good game. He's had, he didn't sound unprepared, which is good if you can't put your best foot forward for a Super Bowl. Field goal extends the game. A touchdown wins the game. Yeah, we know. All right, very good tackle. Right at the line of scrimmage, pretty much. We're talking like 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9 is what they're going to be looking at. The Kansas City Chiefs here. This defensive line has showed up today. This defensive line has had, go to the box score. This defensive line has sacked Patrick Mahomes 3 times. Sacking Patrick Mahomes 3 times in a playoff game is the equivalent of sacking somebody 9 times in a regular season game. All right. Rashee Rice with the reception. We're going to be looking at 3rd and 1. Obviously, don't say it. Don't even say it out loud, Damon. All right, say it out loud. This is 4 down territory. Oh, and you know what? This is going to be 4th down. This is going to be 4th down. 4th and 1. 4th and 1. Chase Young has had a good game. Nick Bosa has had a good game. Javon Hargrave has had a good game. A defensive snap for the ages. A defensive snap for the ages. Could that be what's coming up here? No, Pacheco is not. You can look at that from any angle you got, CBS. That is not a first down. That is not a first down. Kansas City, what they call a timeout. Hoping somebody in New York is going to look at that. What they're going to see is a running back wearing number 10 stop short of the line to gain. That's what they're going to see. This is a legit 4th and 1. This isn't one of those, was that a bad spot, 4th and 1s? This is 4th and 1. Whew. Oh, my God. The stress is real. The pressure is real. It is real, and it is spectacular. 4th and 1. Mahomes in shotgun. Kelsey in motion. Lazy motion. Mahomes, keeper. First down, Chiefs. It's the same kind of play that they ran earlier in the game where Mahomes doesn't normally keep that ball right there. It was almost like a little option play. It was like the PRO, pass run option, but he wasn't ever going to be throwing it. That was almost an option. Mahomes runs it for the first down, new set of downs, ball at the 41. Again, a turnover ends this game. A turnover ends this game. Scantling caught the ball, tried to get more yardage out of it, spun around, started running the other way, and what might have been a 4 or 5 yard gain will probably be only about a 1 yard gain, unless they're going to give him forward progress. But that's the thing, the player kept himself alive. So I don't know if you call that progress. Oh, we got angry. Yeah, now it's 2nd and 14. There you go. It's 2nd and 14. That was a big mistake. Lots of soft coverage here. Scantling, catch. Close to the midfield logo. Bringing up 3rd down. Oh, my goodness. Welcome to the most stressful watch party I've certainly ever been a part of. I heard Taylor Swift chugged a beer on the Jumbotron at this game. That gets a little respect. There haven't been an egregious amount of Taylor Swift cutaways. Ball's off to Mahomes. He was under pressure. This is first down Kansas City. All of a sudden, they got a little juice moving. Let me turn to the play-by-play here. We are looking at a 6-play, 21-yard drive so far for Kansas City. Again, the 49ers had a chance to end this game with 4th and 1, but Mahomes with the keeper picked up that crucial 4th down. And here we go. 1st and 10 from the 41. Mahomes. Lazy play action, but then flips it out to Pacheco, who picks up about 4 or 5. Clock is irrelevant at this point. At least that's the way it feels. Bosa, man, he jumped on the back of Mahomes there as he was throwing it. My wife, who is upstairs with my in-laws and my kids, they're all sweating this one out. Jillian, this feels eerily like Giants torture. The only thing I can tell you, well, first of all, honey, you're right. Second of all, whenever we invoke the concept of torture for the Giants, they went up and became world champions. So maybe torture is the right way to go. And I'm going to tell you right now, if I'm Steve Wilkes, I'm getting out of all this soft zone bullshit and starting to play some man-to-man. I mean, straight up. VDV, I am dying, literally. Well, technically, we're all dying from the very moment we're born. But I hear you loud and clear. Loud and clear. We're already 40 minutes into the broadcast, and the Super Bowl isn't over. I didn't see that one coming. Didn't have that one on the bingo card tonight, but here we are. This is intense. Yes, it is. Bamboo Soldier. This is intense. AJ Strong denying that Taylor chugged a beer. That was chai tea at worst. Maybe. I don't know. She's been around the world. The chick knows how to drink. Never deny an artist's ability to get hammered. Pacheco has got this down to nearly the 31-yard line. I don't know if they're going to give him forward progress there to pick up a first down or if they're going to be looking at 3rd and 1. Pacheco's had himself a pretty good game tonight. Not a great game, but a good game. Let me see what Pacheco's got. 17 carries, 56 yards. He's also got 6 catches for 33. That looks like a first down. That looks like a first down. My clock froze right there. Patrick Mahomes. Hey, diddle diddle, straight up the middle. Patrick Mahomes has this ball down to the 13-yard line. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Patrick Mahomes. God, he's good. And he wasn't great tonight. Patrick Mahomes has not been great tonight. But when it comes to a moment, he's got 32 passing yards and 27 rushing yards on this drive. Ball is at the 14-yard line. Mahomes hands it off up the middle. Pacheco gets it to the 10. This is feeling less and less likely to be a field goal with every passing second. The defense had gotten this job done all game long. Again, they held the Chiefs to 19 points through 4 quarters of football. But if they give up a game-losing drive here, the heat on Wilkes is going to be real. Middle screen to Kelsey. Kelsey is stood up, but he is inside the 5. Rick Mighty Bone Feliciano pretty much summing things up correctly right here. Fuck indeed. To think that this game would have been over in regulation had Jake Moody made his point after touchdown. Oh. 1st and goal, Kansas City Chiefs. 5 seconds left in overtime. Touchdown. Touchdown. McCole Hardman. Ouch. 25-22 is your final. The 49ers we'll have to wait at least another 365-ish days for another chance at a Super Bowl, because Kyle has now seen 2 Super Bowl losses in 2 appearances. A team that was 5-0 in the Super Bowl has now lost 3 consecutive Super Bowls. Patrick Mahomes was not great, but he was great when he needed to be. There's going to be a lot of examination as to where the 49ers blew this. But I'm going to tell you right now, and you're going to be able to ask my wife at some point, that after the 49ers had 3 straight 3-and-outs opening up the second half, I went upstairs and I said they're going to lose this Super Bowl. They're going to lose the Super Bowl because Kyle got away from the run at a moment where he didn't need to get away from the running game. And that was brutal. I guess it's officially time to welcome you to the postgame show here. We're officially in postgame, and the 49ers have officially lost a Super Bowl again under Kyle Shanahan, whose offense did not get the job done tonight. I mean, there's no other way to say it. Even though the Kansas City Chiefs defense, the 49ers defense was out on the field when the 49ers lost this game, it was the 49ers offense that lost this game. Make no mistakes. It was the 49ers offense that lost this football game. I think Kyle Shanahan just outthought himself in this game. I think Kyle Shanahan just, again, got too cute asking Brock to throw the ball on first down. By the way, Patrick Mahomes finished 34 of 46 for 333 yards, 2 touchdowns, an interception. He was sacked 3 times. Brock Purdy's evening, he was 23 of 38 for 255 yards, a touchdown. He was only sacked once. Juwan Jennings looked like he might have been a candidate to be MVP in this game. Again, it was 22 carries for Christian McCaffrey, 31 carries. But I just felt like some of those carries or some of the plays that were incomplete passes, on first down especially, as they went 3-and-out, 3 drives in a row. I mean, that's where the Niners lost this game. Unbelievable. Well, that one hurts. And what really hurts is that getting excited throughout next year is going to become difficult, because if you wanted to have the Kyle can't win the big one debate, this was supposed to be the big one that Kyle was going to tell you, yeah, I can. And it didn't happen. And I think some of his decisions and choices are at the center of this. Taylor Swift wins again. Taylor Swift wins again. Oh, we knew the anger would be here. And I'm not robbing you of your anger tonight. You can be as pissed off as you want. Fire Shanahan, fire Lynch now, fire Wilkes. I will never root for Shanahan. Look, the guy takes his team deep into the year every year these last 5 years. 2 Super Bowl appearances in the last 5 years. 4 out of 5 NFC title games. But this team got tight. This team indeed got tight at the wrong time to get tight. Man. You know, it says he stopped running the ball. I don't know if he stopped running. 31 carries against 39 passes. You could say there was about 4 or 5 he could have moved there, but, you know, look, Brock Purdy deserved a little benefit of the doubt, but, man, that is just rough. Thank you for being here. It is good to have you here. It is the Postgame and Damon show that I didn't want to be doing for you tonight, 49ers fans. Philly said goodbye to Reed. We say goodbye to Kyle. Bebop 1988. I mean, I'm not going to argue against that Kyle can't win the big one right now. I mean, maybe the better way to say it is he hasn't won the big one, but every time he's in it, there is a stretch of football that makes you go, what are we looking at? What are we looking at? Not bringing Robbie Gould back. I don't know if Robbie Gould is hitting 50-plus yard field goals in Allegiant Stadium, but he's not missing points after touchdown. One of the fatal flaws that felt like it was baked into the early part of this 49er season, the very earliest part of this 49er season, is that they're going into a gots to have it all year with a kicker that is going to be a rookie. And the 49ers would have won this game in regulation had Jake Moody not missed a point after touchdown, something that he didn't miss once in the entirety of the regular season and missed twice in the postseason. Truth is, Kyle's a very good coach. The only thing he isn't is a champion. And that hurts. That hurts on a night where a championship feels like it's right there for you, and it was right there for you. It felt like it was right there for you. Look, I don't know if there's any answers that anyone's going to come up with tonight that satisfy a single pissed off 49er fan. As a matter of fact, I'm sure that we won't. But this is a good team with a good track record and a coach who wins multiple postseason games, just not a Super Bowl. And, you know, if you're looking, what's the solution? Like, what's something you can do for sure? Bring in Bill Belichick. Bring in Bill Belichick as either an assistant head coach or a defensive coordinator or assistant helper, whatever title you want to give this team. But I would bring in Bill Belichick in some capacity because when it comes to winning championships, it's kind of what Bill's done. Rock Eastwood just rubbing it in here. At least we have the Giants. Oh, that's bad. I'll tell you, look, the fumble out of Christian McCaffrey on the first drive of the game, well, that was bad. The botched special teams play, that was bad. There were false starts all over this game. That's bad. And this is a brutal loss. There's just no other way to say it. This was an absolutely unmitigated, brutal loss. You know, BC here says, hey, look, great comparison. Philadelphia won a Super Bowl right after Andy Reid left. Who won the Super Bowl tonight? Was that not Andy Reid? I mean, come on. You know, Andy Reid has won more Super Bowls since leaving Philadelphia than Philadelphia has since he left. So, you know, for Kyle, it only feels like a matter of time. And tonight was supposed to be the night that changed the narrative forever on this guy. Instead, we're going to be stuck on this. And this is why I hate this loss, I think, more than anything else. Other than I got a lot of unhappy viewers right now. The reason why I hate this loss more than anything else is we're going to be stuck on the same two fucking talking points all year. All year. The same two talking points that we're going to be stuck on all year. And it's just, is Purdy the right guy? Is Kyle gonna win a Super Bowl? It is, it's bad. There's no way to pretend it's not. There is no doubt about this. Patrick Mahomes, outside of Tom Brady and the very smallest handfuls of greatest quarterbacks of all time, Joe Montana, John Elway, Patrick Mahomes is the Michael Jordan of this league right now. We're living in the Chiefs era. They are a dynasty, and he is one of the single greatest quarterbacks that have ever played football. You know, we're going to be looking for all kinds of way to talk about how Kyle blew it. The Chiefs are good. Patrick Mahomes is great. All-timer. Joshua Watt, don't let Kyle off the hook by kicking that field goal. He gave the Chiefs 4 downs on every try. Analytics would have been better if he turned the ball over inside the 10. The moment he elected to kick, he lost. I'm not going to argue with you, Joshua. I thought that they needed, with that first possession, a field goal. That they needed a touchdown, and settling for a field goal was going to put Kansas City into the win column. But again, I went upstairs after they went 3 straight 3 and out. The 49ers second half began with 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, punt botched. Ray didn't just fall on a punt that hit Luter's foot. And that's the wrong way to start a second half of a Super Bowl. The only person who escapes blame is Purdy. Kyle Juszczyk escapes blame. Where was George Kittle, besides the really good 4th down play that he made? Was he in this game tonight? 2 catches, 4 yards. Travis Kelce, who again spent the entire night not doing shit, right? Travis Kelce did nothing all night long, finished with 9 catches and 93 yards. I mean, that's punches and bunches when you needed them the most. Look, there's no way to pretend this is anything less than a devastating loss. It's absolutely brutal. And it's going to haunt this team for at least a calendar year. How about this? Stop me if you've heard this one before. Kyle really needs to win the Super Bowl next year. I'm sorry. Kyle really needs to win the Super Bowl next year, everybody. Dre Greenlaw, and I agree with you here, Rebel Da Sounds. Greenlaw going down in this game was huge. He got hurt celebrating on the sideline. He gets hurt celebrating on the sideline. He's jumping up and down. And he popped his Achilles? You know, a team that had been disciplined all year long wasn't disciplined tonight. The defense, for the most part, did its job. Absolutely savage loss. I'll agree with you here. Chase Young didn't choke tonight. Chase Young heard his reputation questioned inside and out all week long, and he came to play tonight. I'll give him full credit. He certainly did. It was a terrible second half. There's no other way to say it. The 49ers had a terrible second half. Well, Roger Goodell. No tie on Roger Goodell. Roger going open collar. Not a big, not a big night to dress up for Roger. Just going to kind of keep it cash. I agree right here. Trent Williams, back-to-back penalties, and the CMC fumble killed our hot start momentum. Yes, it did. The game was fixed. No, it wasn't. None of that. But here's the thing. I'm here for all your complaining and all your fire Kyles and all your anger, but we're not drifting into that lane of stupidity. We're not doing this. That game wasn't fixed. That game was won by the Chiefs and lost by the Niners. Full stop, straight up. And we'll come up with all the reasons why before we're done here tonight. Thank you very much. Bebop88. We have an old, expensive team, and I don't trust Kyle to rebuild and get it done. Look, Kyle rebuilt an absolute loser that he was looking at the very, very beginning. Quickly, he flipped an entire roster over in 2 years. Again, Kyle has done so much right and so little wrong. Unfortunately, all of his wrong comes in the biggest games of the year. Most of the wrongs, anyways. This team needs a better offensive line. Period. One of the reasons why Brock Purdy got off to a hot start, he was 8 of 10 for 105 yards, is because he was avoiding or being held back from pressure, and then it just started coming at him. But I really do think that the Kansas City Chiefs offensive line had even almost a rougher night at times. The 49ers defensive line played really well. The defense that the 49ers needed to win the Super Bowl showed up in the Super Bowl. Kyle's offense didn't. 22 points for Kyle Shanahan tonight. I thought so hold on here. This is crazy. Brock's delusional fans with more. Wait, this is not on Kyle, folks. This is all on defense and Brock not standing in the pocket to throw on third down. I mean, maybe. Sure. I mean, it's the players who play. It's the players who play. But I hated throwing on first down when there was no rhythm. There was no rhythm to be found at the beginning of the second half. Purdy was the only one who played a clean game tonight. Leave him the hell alone. Never daunted. Again, when I look at what went wrong in this game, was Purdy great? No, he was not great tonight, but he wasn't bad either. Christian McCaffrey, great tonight? No, that fumble really hurt, but ultimately he wasn't that bad. Actually, I don't even know if you can say that, man. You can't have. How about this? You want to know what really hurts? You get to a Super Bowl, and you get to a Super Bowl full of team that is just chock full of studs, right? Chock full of studs, no matter how you look at it. Trent Williams played like shit tonight. Dre Greenlaw gets hurt on the sideline, pops his Achilles jumping up and down. George Kittle didn't do shit. Picked up a key fourth down, right? Picked up a key fourth down. Man, George Kittle, two catches, 4 yards. 2 catches, 4 yards for George Kittle. And look, Steve Spagnuolo, he takes things away as a defensive coordinator. I think you can say that Moody, Moody's point after touchdown really hurt. His missed point after touchdown really, really hurt. And I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. There's a lot of things that hurt in this game. I think I almost agree a little bit earlier when a texter or someone here in the chat said, look, kicking the field goal was the mistake. Giving the Chiefs 4 downs in an entire field. Yeah. The mixed extra point lost the game. It certainly didn't win it. How about this? If we're being completely honest, And thank you very much. This is for Broken Metronome, little $2 coming in the jingle jangle. I appreciate that. There were a lot of incomplete grades, and there is an awful lot of blame to go around. An awful lot of blame to go around. Multiple 49ers screwed this up. Multiple 49ers screwed this up. Why would you not just give it to McCaffrey at the end? I don't know why. I didn't like the way Wilkes was playing a soft zone at the end of that game. The understatement of the year goes to SF Indigo Co. That was a tough loss. Yeah, it was. It's the kind of loss that makes me think, where's this bottle of whiskey? Again, I just did, 4 nights in a row in Las Vegas and still got me doing bottle pulls? That means that was a tough loss. Yeah. Oh, now here's your Taylor Swift hugging Travis Kelce. It's about time the world came up for Taylor. You know, she didn't sell many tickets this year. She's not decorated enough at the Grammys. What is this? Ange Mayo, fake Greenlaw injury. I actually saw his Achilles popped. You could see that Achilles pop. His calf popped. But I couldn't believe it. A non-contact injury there. It looked like a hamstring might have popped on Debo. That was a non-contact injury there. Rough. You know, I really want to offer perspective. I want to talk to an angry fan base and calm you down. There's no perspective on this one. This was brutal. Shitty loss. We win if not for mistakes. This game was too close for mistakes to not be a factor. 2 turnovers. Don't give credit to Kansas City, the Kovacs, all their hiding, all their holding. That's coaching. That's great credit to Kansas City. Okay? No, I'm not bitching about the officials in this game. I'm not bitching about officials in this game, and I don't think you should be either. My sister's weighing in here again. They had tea. It's unbeatable. What's amazing, and this is the difference between George Kittle and Travis Kelce. George Kittle can vanish for an entire football game. Travis Kelce, he doesn't vanish for an entire football game. No, he doesn't. And by the way, we've got over 1,000 people in the room. Thank you so much for being here. To say that you could be anywhere else is a huge understatement right now, but you're back here, and I thank you very much. This is the Hughes Orthopedics postgame show. My name's Damon. My knees don't hurt anymore because I had cellular replacement therapy, and you can go get some too from Dr. Paul Hughes if you're here in the Bay Area, and I suggest you do. I'm going to put up the contact information on the bottom of the screen. You go ahead and you check that out for yourself. But thanks to him, thanks to my buddy Ike of Ike Sandwiches for having us out for an incredible week in Las Vegas that certainly doesn't end in the Super Bowl the way anyone wanted it to. And again, the ticker keeps on ticking. 10,606 days between championships for the 49ers, and tomorrow it will be 10,607. We got super chats coming in. I got to get to them quick right here. This is John dropping in 10. We got Rob C. Note coming with 100. Thank you very, very much. And we got other ones just popping by real quick. I got to get down to this chat. Bebop again. A lot of love there. Thank you very much. I'm sorry I didn't have time to get all those in, but I'm glad we got the Rob C. Note shout in there. Rob, thank you for your generosity. We just had a new member, Dr. George Kelly, who I want to welcome to the initiated. Thank you very much, Doc. Sorry, I got to just make sure, because when you guys get angry, when you do get angry, this chat starts flying. And sometimes I miss some super chats. By the way, right here, how do I donate? Well, thank you very much for asking, Sam. It might be a little harder on your phone, but if you're watching on a laptop, there's a super chat option for you, and there is a membership option for you as well if you really want to go ahead and support the channel. Very good question here from Hendricks. What was Kyle drawing up at the half? I don't know. I honestly do not know. 3 3-and-outs to start the second half. 3 3-and-outs. There's a lot of places where the 49ers lost this game, but that might be the center of it all. We don't get a Greg Papa revenge game the way I wanted or hoped for. Man. Feel sorry for you, Damon. Your first season on YouTube, the 49ers, you deserve that win. DV. Well, don't you feel sorry for me? I appreciate that, though. I wanted to say that my first year on YouTube was the win. I did want to say that, but let me tell you, it's been a great year over here. And what we've done in this year is establish myself in a place where we're going to do great things going forward. I'm very, very excited for what will, be my 1-year anniversary, but not even until April. And we've already amassed an awful lot of subscribers and attention, and I'm deeply thankful for all of that. And if you don't want to or don't have the means to support this channel financially in any way, like and subscribe. A like and a subscribe is all I'm asking for. With more people in the room than we've had in a very, very long time, let me just say like and subscribe, please. That would be fantastic. Hopefully this gets you through a rough evening. What I hate is that the critics get all the ammunition that they want to fire. You didn't like Brock Purdy before, even though Brock Purdy didn't do a terrible job tonight. You can say things like, well, he didn't win the big one. Brock Purdy wasn't bad tonight. He wasn't. Now hear Nick Wright yap his mouth, can't stand him. Well, look, Nick grew up rooting for the Kansas City Chiefs, so you know for a fact he's going to be twisting knives. Juwan Jennings was open on that last drive. Juwan Jennings was their 49ers' best player tonight. Juwan Jennings or Chase Young was probably the 49ers' best player tonight. Diamador Lenore gets on that list too. He was good. Daft King. This loss was worse than 2019. The team was better than the 2019 team. So, yeah, I'll agree with you on that one. This was an awful loss. This was a devastating loss. I mean, I said it a million times in Vegas. Kyle cannot get off that plane with a Lombardi trophy. He's going to get off the plane without a Lombardi trophy. This is fair, saying that, Shanahan got this far because of this roster, not his genius play calling. Fair enough, but Kyle also built the roster. So he's done something right. I mean, we can all admit, right, even at our angriest, that a coach who keeps losing in Super Bowls is doing something right. I mean, if the coach who is losing in Super Bowls is doing nothing right, what is every coach that has lost before the Super Bowl even started? What are those bums, right? Again, I try hard sometimes to be reasonable. Tonight's a night no one wants to hear reasonable. Tonight you want anger, and I get it. I really do. Sam, thank you very much. $2 going right in the ganja jar. Jingle, jangle. Damon, is the lack of Kittle on Kyle or Kittle? Look, I think it is. I think it's also on the Kansas City Chiefs defense and Steve Spagnuolo, who knows how to take away what you want to do. And again, no one's going to want to hear things like this, but remember, Andy Reid was a coach for 21 years before winning a Super Bowl. Kyle is a third of the way through that. I just saw San Francisco Bills, but it went by too quickly. I couldn't put it up. The chat is absolutely flying. There are angry 49er fans in here, and I don't blame you. My name's Damon. Thank you very much. I covered and did the official post-game show for the Niners for many, many years, and not being on the radio is officially no big deal. I'm telling you, at the Super Bowl on Radio Row, that whole building had old man smell around it. So I'm so glad to be here with you. As radio dies, YouTube grows, this channel is growing, things are going to be great. Larry Krueger and I will be back at it Monday morning with Wake Up, and Wake Up is about to become a 3-day-a-week show starting at 8:30 in the morning. Tomorrow we'll get going at 8, as usual. But when we get into our 3-day-a-week mode, Larry Krueger and I are going to be bringing you what is going to be regarded quickly as the must-listen-to morning show in the Bay Area. It'll be nice, it'll be tight, it'll be 45 minutes long, and it will be concise. It will be dominant. I didn't like the soft zone at the end there, but Wilkes coached a solid game tonight. The defense did play their asses. And again, if your problem tonight is more with Wilkes than Kyle, I think you got it wrong. I think Kyle does need to wear this one. You do. Chiefs were held to 25 points. You know, I will say this. The one thing that Kyle needs to worry about, and we don't know what his actual contractual situation is, right? We just don't know what Kyle's number is or what he got done in the last deal or how many years. Look, he's not losing his job. He's not going to be losing his job. But at what point might he lose a locker room? At what point is this team going to just say, we've heard it all before? Captain Evil Ammo says, what was the D call Shanahan stopped? What the organization called, what the org call worked better against the screen. Love your show. What was the D Sherman stopped? Shaman. I don't know what you're saying here, Captain Evil. It's not coming through. It's a little lost in translation, but thank you very much for the super chat and supporting the channel. I hear some fireworks outside. I believe we have a Kansas City Chief somewhere around a Kansas City Chief fan living in my neighborhood. Charles Coachman said, Ray, just jump on that damn ball. Indeed. Indeed. That loss was absolutely devastating. Dragon Go, the Bahamut. Yes, it was. That was a devastating loss. Again, thank you very much, Rob C. Rob C. Note with the big $100 chat here tonight. I do thank you. It's still coming up on my phone that I got to open up. But with over 1,000 in the room, let me tell you right now, like and subscribe, my good friends. Like and subscribe, because if you liked anything you saw this year, the only thing I can promise you is that I'm going to get even better at all of this. I'm going to learn how to play this instrument that is YouTube. And by the time we get to next season, we're going to be firing on so many cylinders, we're going to take over the whole damn market. I do believe that. Thank you for all the work you've done, Damon. Matt, thank you very much for the super chat. It's been my pleasure. It truly has. It's been an awful lot of fun, but this was an unexcusable loss, man. This is one that you got to wear, and, you know, this was the Niners offense blew it. The Niners offense blew it. 22 points. Actually, it wasn't 22. I was 19 points in regulation is all they were able to manage. Sammy Blaze, any idea what Kelsey was screaming at his coach for? You're saying, stop taking me out of the game. Look, this 49er team had the Chiefs in the first half melting down. Biggest play Travis Kelsey made in the first half was a hip check of Andy Reid. He had 1 catch for 1 yard. So when the night is over, Travis Kelsey's fingerprints are all over the game-winning drives. And he finishes 9 catches, 93 yards. Travis Kelsey had more receiving yards in this game than anybody. Travis Kelsey is the single greatest tight end in the history of this league. George Kittle, he sucked tonight. You know, you say Spags took him away. He was defended great, and he was. All those things are true. George Kittle made 1 big play on 4th and gotta have it with that reach, past the yardage. But George Kittle, with all of his Zenny eyewear, fucking sucked tonight. 3 catches for Brandon Ayuk, 49 yards. Deebo Samuel, 3 catches, 33 yards. And as a rusher, Deebo had 3 catches for 8 yards. Deebo Samuel sucked tonight. But it's not just about what the 49ers did wrong. It isn't. Kansas City Chiefs are real good. They've won 3 Super Bowls. You're living in the Kansas City Chiefs era. This is their dynasty with one of the single greatest football players ever. Pound for pound, Patrick Mahomes is awesome. Absolutely awesome. And he was great when he needed to be tonight. Supernaut, one of the few painting positive picture here, saying Kyle going to put together another good team. I think you're right. I don't think the 49ers are going to forget how to play football or have a mutiny where they think that Kyle isn't the right guy for the job or anything like that. But even if they put together another good team, who's going to give a shit? That's the devastating part to me of this loss, because this loss robs any enthusiasm that you want to attach to whatever might happen in next year. I mean, it literally is call me and tell me when this guy wins a Super Bowl, which, by the way, that's a tough umbrella to work under because Super Bowls ain't easy. Winning Super Bowls ain't easy. NorCal saying, we lost Mahomes in overtime. Nothing to be mad about. Mahomes is next level. Brock is Jimmy G now. No, Brock is a lot better than Jimmy G, and there's plenty to be mad about. Believe there's plenty to be mad about. Trent Williams had back-to-back penalties in this game. Trent Williams. Look at it this way. Trent Williams, I think he's a little bit overrated, to be completely honest with you. He has got a lot of, in the postseason, meltdowns, personal fouls, dumb fouls, holding penalties. This guy is singly the best left tackle of all time. I'm telling you, he's not. We're not looking at Orlando fucking Pace. Hendricks, Kyle is dead to me. Well, again, I'm sorry that you feel that way, because he's 1,000% coach week 1 next year, 1,000%, which is why it kills me when I'm correctly predicting that no matter what happens next year, it's going to feel a little dead on arrival. I repeat, no second half runs to McCaffrey until their 4th possession. What is going on with that? That is, I'm telling you, where did the 49ers lose this game? The correct answer is overtime. The other correct answer is those 3 and outs that began the second half. Rob C. Oh, don't read this. Sorry, Rob. I already did. Sorry. Losing Greenlaw hurt. It certainly did. John, thank you very much. Look how far they got this year. Sad with the result, but cautiously optimistic about the future. I wish that I could put that in. Look, how about this? Brock was really good his year 1. He was really good in year 2. If Brock takes that step forward in year 3, I mean, sky's the limit. You'll be able to lose next year's Super Bowl too. Sorry, that was unfair. That was uncalled for. Yeah, this one's on Kyle. And that hurts. Damon, were you on Postgame for the Singletary I Want Winners? Yes, I am. I've been around the block here. Thank you very much for the super to Z. 49ers wasted so many offensive opportunities. The play caller is to blame. They had mistakes, but so did the Chiefs. The Chiefs made the plays that they needed to make when they needed to make them. The 49ers very often in this game did not. Freaking brutal, man. Now, hold on here again. Nepo baby Kyle. This isn't a Nepo baby situation. Kyle is better than every other coach in football this year not named Andy Reid. Right? That's correct, is it not? He's better. Kyle keeps on running into a fucking juggernaut in the postseason. In this Kansas City Chiefs. He's met the Chiefs twice in the postseason. He's lost both times. There's a lot of teams that lose to the Chiefs in the postseason. Basically, every team that the Chiefs play in the postseason lose to the Chiefs. Ray pulled to Kyle Williams. Jar Jar Banks, no, he did not. He did not. His mistake was not falling on that ball, trying to pick it up and run with him. But that botched, that was not a muffed punt. That punt hit Luter Jr.'s foot, and he scrambled for it. I still love our team and won't have a problem with Kyle. Big games always turn big moments and big plays. Broken hearts are the price we pay for a season of caring and great moments. John, I appreciate how reasonable of a man you are. But I don't think that is going to sell very well around these parts. Again, I'm going to rewatch this game at some point, and that's going to be a tough rewatch because you know how it ends and you know all those moments. There were so many moments. There was so many moments that the 49ers blew. Shanahan is speaking. Well, so am I, which means I don't have time to listen to what he's saying. I'll certainly know more by the time we get to Wake Up with yours truly and Larry Krueger coming up Monday morning, 8 a.m. West Coast time. I can't believe that Christian McCaffrey didn't touch the ball to the fourth drive of the third quarter. No wonder why they didn't pick up a first down. Thanks, Damon. KC wins on the exact play we ran on the other end intended for Jawan before the field goal that Jones disrupted. Yeah, that was wide open. That was easy. Now, again, this is an overreaction. Fuck this whole organization. Ange Mayo. Look, the organization is the second winningest organization over the last 5 years in football, not named the Kansas City Chiefs. The problem is the 49ers keep running into the one team that absolutely kicks their dick in hard every time they play them. Kansas City Chiefs do not lose to the 49ers. Philip, Don, Michael, Johnson, Thomas, the 49ers wasted 6 months of my lives. Come on, look, come on. You enjoyed this football season until tonight. Don't pull that shit. None of that revisionist history. None of that, why do I even bother shit. You're a football fan or you're not. If you're a football fan, you know you're signing up for getting your own nuts kicked in more often than not. 32 teams in the league, 31 don't win the Super Bowl every year. Come on. Don't go full pussies on me now. We've been through too much together for you to be going full total pussies on me now. Not doing that. Can we trade Kyle for Harbaugh? Never done. Yeah, because Jim Harbaugh's won so many championships. He got to win a championship in Michigan this year because he got away with cheating his dick off, and that was a really good team. But he knows that the NCAA is coming crashing down so hard, he comes back. Jim Harbaugh has no NFL championships. I don't know if that's an upgrade. I watched Jim Harbaugh blow a Super Bowl with my own two eyes. Link 1879. Love your show, Damon. I love you right back. I love this honest-to-God community that we have built here. So many regulars, so many members of the initiated are in this chat right now, and I know that there's a lot of new people here that might have never watched before. Like, subscribe. My goal is to talk about sports like an adult. And that might not be the flashiest thing, the sexiest thing. I don't know if that gets anybody trending, but I really do, truly, honestly do believe with all my heart that the adult sports fan is the most underserved sports fan in America. But I'm not taking anyone's anger away from them tonight. Pinky Manning. Usher and Taylor Swift won tonight. Sorry, dork boy. That is my sister, by the way. Thank you very much. Lindsay putting a 20 in the ganja jar. Thanks, Linz. You're sadistic if you watch this team next year, Daft King. We're like the 1990 Buffalo Bills. I'm going to tell you right now, the Buffalo Bills of the early 90s losing 4 Super Bowls in a row is more impressive than winning any one Super Bowl in my mind. But I hear you. And by the way, they still have a lot of fans in upstate New York last time I checked. Art is new here. Damon, I just discovered you today. Like your show. Art, thank you. Please hit like and subscribe. You'll find the more you watch, hopefully the more you keep on coming back. I think this is fair. From Jibuz, you hear. Purdy was fine. Shanahan's play calling and the O-line were ass. Damon, according to Larry, Trent Williams is our best player. Well, look, he's got the reputation of being one of the best tackles in this league right now. He's a very good player, but he's not nearly the uncriticizable, unmistakable force. He had back-to-back penalties. Back-to-back penalties in this game. Can't do that. This is good advice, Damon. You know, we all know that you had that mild stroke a few years ago. Take it easy. Chill, brother. No, not on the night that they're playing the Super Bowl. If we got to stroke out tonight, we stroke out tonight. We have just seen the peak 49ers, a la Damon concept from a few years back. The West is getting better. Well, there you go. That is a legitimate concern, right? You know, Rams are young and good. The Seahawks got a new coach. They'll be resetting. I'm still not worried about the Cardinals very much. But look, the Niners, if not now, when, is the legit question. If not now, when? They came into this game the healthiest they have ever been, the most prepared with all the experience that they have to win this game, and they didn't. If you can't believe in it now, when is it going to happen? Can't assume anything's going to happen before it does. I know there's talent here, but man, that was bad. My heart is broken bad. We felt it. We had the game many times, Moody. I'm shaken as the faithful. Hey, I saw a video of Bonte guaranteeing a 49ers win. Blame him. You don't say shit like that. I guarantee you the team wins. No, there's no guarantees. Again, what we do is try to cover this show, this team, through the prism of something else other than I'm from here, I'm a fan. Again, I'm wearing this shirt tonight because it was a present. I saved this one for the Super Bowl, our friend Mark Persante. But believe me, this is more of a Grateful Dead shirt in my mind than it is a 49er shirt. There's no arguing with the Grateful Dead. They've never blown a Super Bowl. What, Ray won't be back next year? No, I don't think Ray McLeod is back next year. I agree. I don't think Chase Young tonight he played very well tonight. I don't think he's back next year. There's going to be some churn. The 49ers need a better offensive line. They need one right now. And it really sucks that Luter Jr., who sucked all postseason, and he barely played, was right in the middle of that punt getting muffed. You know, it's odd how involved Ray McLeod and Chris Conley were in the offense after hardly seeing them. Juwan Jennings was maybe in position, had the 49ers won this game, to be named the game's MVP. The guys that needed to show up and have great games didn't. Debo sucked. Kittle sucked. It's just the truth. Debo and Kittle sucked. Yeah, there's no blame in McCaffrey. I don't think there's blame in much Purdy here. If you need to boil it down to a couple of players, you got multiple players to say suck tonight. Trent Williams, you sucked. Debo, you sucked. Kittle, you sucked. Kyle Shanahan, you sucked. Debo is a running back, not a receiver. Guess what? He might be neither. Okay? The way that Debo has not played well in big game, I'm sorry. Like, Debo didn't have more than 36 rushing yards in any single game all year. So don't tell me that he's a running back. And he did nothing tonight. Debo Samuel, 3 catches, 33 yards. I would agree with this, Hendricks. Wilkes had a better day today than Kyle Shanahan did. And I agree with you. Again, where was this team lost? There's plenty. Where was this game lost? There are plenty of different places to find out where this lost, right? Plenty of different places to find who to blame, where. 3 straight 3-and-outs followed by the punt disaster. This team forced some 3-and-outs and then did nothing with the ball. Just, you force Kansas City into a 3-and-out, you get the ball back and you do nothing with it. Nothing. Felt like that happened way too many times. Again, the 49ers spent the entire second quarter to third quarter inviting the Chiefs to stay in this game. Just inviting them to hang around, and you let the Chiefs hang around, you're going to lose to them. I wonder how Montana and Young feel about this loss. They must be mad as hell. Bill Walsh would never allow a team to lose like this. Look, I don't think Kyle gave anyone permission to lose like this, but they did. And that's what happens. Robert Beckman, special teams screwed us again. Yeah, this game shouldn't have gone to overtime. Special teams, that's what this team needs. Before it needs to fire Kyle, before it needs to fire Steve Wilkes, you need better special teams. Straight up. I'm a Hawkeye fan. This game felt too familiar. Yeah, if having trouble scoring feels familiar to you, you might be a Hawkeye fan. Chef A, one of our most loyal, best listeners there is, best viewers there is. Chef A says, face reality. Mahomes is great. He's one of the greatest, one of the all-time greatest. There is no doubt about that. I want to thank my sponsor, Dr. Paul Hughes, for all he has done to make my knee feel great. If you are having a doctor tell you that it might be time for knee or hip or shoulder replacement because they see bone on bone when they do that x-ray, you go see Dr. Paul Hughes first, and you contact Dr. Paul Hughes with this information right here that is on this scroll right now. Dr. Paul Hughes, who has been the team doctor for the Blues, the Rams, the Cardinals, knows that all of the knee surgeries and knee replacements and shoulder replacements and hip replacements are only done because there is a huge profit margin. He can make you feel better with cellular. Remember when Kobe flew to Germany and got his knees done? I got the Kobe knee because I went to Dr. Paul Hughes. There's his phone number. There's his email address, info@orthopedicsurgeries.com. If you are in the Bay Area, his main office is in San Mateo, but there's all sorts of satellite offices that he goes to throughout the entirety of the Bay. Get in touch with Dr. Paul Hughes. Use promo code Hunter, who is the name of his 9-year-old son who was with him tonight at the Super Bowl and is probably devastated that his favorite team lost. It's brutal. Brutal. So thanks to Dr. Paul Hughes for sponsoring. Thanks to my man Ike, who was the main reason why the show was able to go to Las Vegas this past week and bring you up close to the action. And unfortunately, the action ends like this. And the season ends like this. That is brutal. Let me get this, whatever this is here, on CBS off my TV, put it on ESPN. Probably should have done that a long time ago. Andy Reid sitting on a desk. 4th different team to win 3 Super Bowls in a 5-year span. That's who the Kansas City Chiefs are. We got Mond Green Eggcorn. I'm tired of this balanced offense bullshit in moments with the jugular is there for the kill blow. No killer instinct with the back against the wall. Fair. Totally fair. Again, I wanted to see more out of Kyle Shanahan than we did. I want to see more out of Christian McCaffrey even than we did, not Kyle. When it comes to Kyle tonight, I think I've seen enough. Nick Farrell says the Niners had the best team, but the Chiefs had the best player. You always need luck on your side. That punt that hits off the cleats is just bad luck. Anyone who wants Kyle gone is an idiot. Look, I agree with some of that, but man, Kyle keeps on stumbling over the same, like there's a lot of sticks out here in the yard, but you keep on tripping over this one stick. It does take a little luck. It felt like they had made some luck for themselves. It just didn't happen. Thank you very much, Clarence the Cannon. Little $5 to go in the Ganja jar. I do appreciate that. The rest of you, a like and subscribe would be deeply appreciated. And thank you very much for doing so. Damon, say something to make me feel better. S. Dot. Yeah. I'm going to keep kicking ass on YouTube all off season. And by the time we get to the next football season, this thing is going to be a monster. So I hope that makes you feel good because it makes me feel good. Again, you don't need a station when you got a channel. One of the biggest lessons that I learned when I went to Radio Row in Las Vegas is how absolutely dead radio is becoming. Okay? It just feels, how about this? There was a lot of new media at the Super Bowl this year. Some YouTubers, some, podcasts that are totally independent podcasts. Every single radio station had a YouTube component. Not one of these people in new media had a radio station component. And by the way, just because a local channel is streaming on YouTube doesn't mean it's going to be a success or work. You're just putting a crap show somewhere else. If the show sucks, you're in trouble. Here's my good news. My show doesn't suck. Never has, never will. You go ahead and you look around the Bay Area right now, you got Weekend Board Ops hosting major drive time shows. It's stunning. It's staggering. I can't believe what's become of a once great industry. And I'm not holding it against any of those young and inexperienced kids. I'm not. But you can't learn how to hit the curveball in the big leagues. And that's what radio's trying to do in way too many different positions. Purdy played great. This loss is not on him. Again, I'm not going to drop the grade on him, but he was good enough to win. Brock Purdy was good enough to win tonight. Kyle Shanahan wasn't. And I can say that, but I'm good enough to win is one way to say it. I mean, look, you want to shit on Brock Purdy tonight, you go right ahead and do that too. I don't even care, right? I mean, that was just brutal. Absolutely brutal. Oh, Jillian with the assist, turning on the lights behind me. Thank you. We're an hour and 44 in. Honey, how you doing? Come here. Come here. You want to talk about pissed?
I'm really sad.
You should be sad.
Offense. It was so close.
So close. Can't score 22 points against the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl and expect to win.
I'll just say I was like a pseudo Taylor supporter for a while. I can't anymore.
Done with Taylor? You're sorry, Taylor?
Sorry. I was a little too old in the first place, and now I'm done.
Baby, you're not old. You're experienced. Never forget that.
Yeah.
Love you, hon.
Got tacos for you.
I'll get some tacos upstairs a little bit later on. Damon, our national treasure. Hey, baby, I know I'm on YouTube. I'm global. That's the way that works. This is a global treasure. Debo gets hurt if you look at him wrong. I mean, here's the thing. If you really want to talk about who's got a contract that they might not be able to live up to, it's Debo Samuel. That guy, this is not bad. Debo's an athlete. That's all. He's a good football player. When he's at his best, he is a monster. But when he's not at his best, he gets lost in the sauce way too often. A lot of zone hurt. You're right. But I'm telling you, the defense was better than the offense in this game. The defense was better than the offense in this game. Why did we play 5 deep on 2nd and 15 in overtime? You even saw Tony Romo circle that, right? I don't know. Dragon. I feel nothing right now. You just cannot let a team like the Kansas City Chiefs hang around. And the 49ers invited them to hang around this game way too much. We got a little super sticker. Got evergreen trees. Hit those trees. Drink those trees. Smoke those trees. Whatever you got to do to feel better. Somebody call 911. I'm dying. That was savage. That was a brutal, brutal, brutal defeat. Third down efficiency was a huge difference in this game. Look, there was a really bad stretch for Brock in this game. There was. And you can say, well, maybe it wasn't on him. It was a play calling, whatever. I don't know. Brock completed his first 5 throws of the game. He was 8 of 10 for 105 yards in the first quarter. But then he goes 4 for 12 from the second quarter, midway through the third quarter. I think there was, they even said it in the broadcast, there was almost an hour of real time in between first downs. Josh Dubois, since the start of the second quarter, Juwan Jennings had more passing yards than Brock Purdy till you get to 2 minutes and 23 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Juwan Jennings had 21 yards on his touchdown pass. This is what really hurts. Again, just the whose fault is this one tonight? If Kyle weren't the offensive coordinator, you'd be blaming the offensive coordinator. Kyle wears both hats, so this one to me is on Kyle. It really is. It is. But for the great razzle-dazzle play, the 49ers needed a gimmick to score. Special teams let this team down. The offense let this team down. Debo Samuel and George Kittle either let the team down or were taken away. That's one of those you got to watch the all 22 before you start assigning blame there. But they both sucked. Trent Williams sucked tonight. And it's hard to suck in a Super Bowl and win it at the same time. Here's a little perspective. Hey, I am from Buffalo. This ain't so bad. Thank you, Leo. Thank you. Christopher just says, here you go. Juwan Jennings appreciation post. Dude was one of the few who really showed out tonight. Everyone hit a like for that. Thank you very much. If Shanny wasn't in a coma tonight, this might have looked like a Tom Brady Bucs Super Bowl score. Kevin Murray. Can Dr. Hughes fix my broken heart? No, Kevin, but I can. He's a buddy of mine. Kevin, come on. You come on over this week. I'll give you a big hug. Purcell Murray for your kitchen appliance needs. If you're building an apartment building and need thousands of kitchen appliances. Little super chat here. Thank you very much. $2 going into the ganja jar. Thank you very much. Tip your bartender. I wonder what the missed tackle count is in this game. Fred Warner was outstanding. Fred Warner spent most of this game shutting down Travis Kelce. He still finished with 13 tackles. 9 of them were solo tackles. Jair Brown was good. Diamador Lenore was good. Oh, there you go. The Duchess sends her sympathy. Can't figure out how to super chat. Thank you very much. You know things went wrong when your mom is throwing you a 50 because it was so sad. Appreciate that very much, though. Thank you, Linda. Moody misses a point after touchdown, so the Chiefs are down 3. They kick a field goal to tie. If it was 4, the Chiefs would go for the touchdown and probably win without overtime. I mean, that's a way to look at it, too. Might have happened, but that hurt. That hurt. Daft King. Damon, are you going to help us out during our San Francisco Giants Great Depression 2024? Here's how baseball works. The team that looks like it's totally going to suck doesn't, because that's how baseball works. Watch them be a little bit more interesting than you're planning on, but they're not going to be Los Angeles Dodger interesting. And since that is your arch rival, yeah, the whole year is going to absolutely suck. Fire Farhan. I don't know what he's doing. Who won the turnover game? I don't think anyone won it. I think it was tied. Didn't each team have 2 turnovers? There were a lot of fumbles in this game. Yeah, but each team had 2 turnovers. Thank you very much. Tomas Holo, hit subscribe. Thank you very much. Eric comes through. 49ers aren't going to be nearly as good next year. Though complete year without Dre, extremely expensive, getting older offense and defensive line. Look, all I can tell you is that hopefully Brock continues his growth, and that might make up for some decisions that need to be made. The offensive line needs to be better. The Niners, in so many different ways, had that game available to win, and they just, instead of any moment where they could really take the game over, they invited Kansas City to hang around. And Patrick Mahomes just is the best player on planet football. As great as Christian McCaffrey is, you can add Christian McCaffrey to the second greatest 49er playing today, probably Fred Warner and Nick Bosa, and they don't even approach the greatness of Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is a transcendent athlete that is better than, how about this? If an alien spaceship landed and said, we're playing you in one game of football for the planet, We got a time machine sitting right over here. And we can either, we can go get anybody you want to be your quarterback. I don't know if I'm starting anyone other than Patrick Mahomes. With all due respect, Tom Brady, here's the thing. Joe Montana never lost a Super Bowl. But Joe Montana, even though he never lost a Super Bowl, I don't know if he was better than Brady or Patrick Mahomes. In terms of just raw talent, I don't know. Brian, this one hurt. This one hurt so bad because I felt like we played good enough to win, but obviously didn't. It's going to be a hard off season. Brian, it is. Go ahead, hit like and subscribe. Get those subscriptions up. This is a channel that needs to be at 20,000. And by the start of next football season, I really do. I want to be at 30 or 40,000 subscribers. We want to build this thing. We want to grow this thing. I want to monetize in a way where I can continue to reinvest in this thing. Larry Krueger and I are going to continue to absolutely work hard with Wake Up 3 days a week starting soon. We're going to get a week or two off after all this Super Bowl. It's been a long year. We will be doing Wake Up at 8 a.m. Monday morning West Coast time. That is tomorrow. Don't overlook Cooper DeJean. We're at draft now. Oh, boy. Not ready to go quite into draft mode. Not tonight. Did Damon just say he will see her upstairs later for a taco? Excuse me? No, she told me that they made tacos. I'm going to tell you right now, my wife is way too pissed off to have sex tonight. I could see that in her eye. She's a diehard Niner fan. She's a true daughter of San Francisco. We've reached the portion of the chat where Jillian ducked in. You're a lucky guy, Damon. I am a lucky guy. Oh, boy. Damon's a dog. You going to see that taco later? No, I mean like tacos, like flour tortilla tacos. 82. Here's the thing. I don't want to tear down anyone else and cut their legs off to make me sound taller, especially with what's going on over at 95.7 The Game, where my old board op, I think, is hosting tonight, Mark Grandy, who I like very much and is a good broadcaster, but ready to talk you through a Super Bowl loss. You got to be experienced to do that. 95.7 KNBR sound like minor leaguers compared to DB. Also, Kyle's hesitancy to run the ball in the third quarter led to the 49ers defense not being able to rest. They were burned out in overtime. Thank you. And I mean, if we started from the Kyle's hesitancy to run the ball there, I'd agree with all that. Next year, we're all going to be saying, playoffs? Yeah, man. Jay saying, D. Bruce, I am fucking bummed. I'm smoking fatties alone. You're not alone, man. You're here with us. You're not alone. We are all together in this one right now. And I'm glad that you're here. I thank you very much for being here. We're approaching 2 hours, even though the game didn't end 2 hours ago. Our first 40 minutes of our broadcast, since we started the 2-minute warning this evening, the first 40 minutes of this broadcast, the game was still going on. I'll probably get a note from YouTube. You're not supposed to be able to do play-by-play. I'm going to call it a watch party. There's a whole bunch of people having watch parties. I think I can do that. There's another pull right there. I needed that. Look, we're going to keep going. We're not going anywhere. Vanilla Dice Baby. Mahomes God is the Jordan of quarterbacks. He is. Guys, unbelievable. Unbelievable. I don't care how Patrick Mahomes is playing. at the end of the game, he's probably kicking your dick in. He's probably beating you. And he did tonight. I mean, how many yards alone is Patrick Mahomes responsible for on the overtime drive? Let me see how this game ended. What was that? The Chiefs. Hold on here. Where's overtime? Thirteen-play, 75-yard drive for Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs to win the game after the 49ers had a 13-play, 68-yard drive. You had Pacheco up the middle for a 3-yard gain. Mahomes then to Rashee Rice for 6. Pacheco up the middle. Timeout by Kansas City. Mahomes right tackle for 8 yards to pick up the 4th and 1. And then it was Mahomes short pass to Valdez-Scantling. That was from -3 yards. Remember, Valdez-Scantling even got whipped around. No forward progress from him. And he's got the Chiefs then in a lot of trouble behind the line of scrimmage. And then, nope. Don't need to worry about that. Because even though it's 2nd and 13, again, no, that's where the buried happens. Then you got Mahomes to Rashee Rice. He does gain 13 yards on that one. Timeout by San Francisco. Mahomes scrambling for 19 yards up the middle is where the 49ers, on that final drive, lost the game. Chef Craig says, Damon, do a shot with me now. You make us feel better. Thank you very, very much. You don't need to block anybody. Don't just keep on coming back here and support the product. I really do appreciate that. And believe me, I don't even know what I'm doing over here yet. It's been a hell of a year for me over here, and I don't even know what I'm doing yet. So we're going to get better and better and better and better. And I'm going to serve you in a better and better and better way. That's all I'm interested in doing. I want my audience to know that they can come here and get a consistent product that isn't full of bullshit. Because I think that bullshit is poured in way too many sports fans' ears way too often. Damon, I'm an A's and 49er fan. I'm built for this. Love you guys. It was a hell of a game. Andre, thank you very much. The loss hurts. That one hurts. And if you want to know where this all goes, it might not be inspiring, but it's the truth. Are you ready? Here's how it all goes. And you all know that you're going to motherfucking the 49ers as hard as you want tonight. You will all be in your seat for week 1 next year. We regroup and try again. That is all. What's really, I think, going to hurt and haunt the 49ers is that they were the losing team. And what I bet you we find out tomorrow is the most watched televised sporting event in American history. The most watched televised event. Leave sports out of it. The 49ers losing in this game going to overtime. What are the ratings of this game going to be for CBS? Can ratings go to infinity? Michael Kunkel, little tip to the therapist after the loss. I appreciate it, Michael. Thank you very, very much. Tip your bartender. CMC was the toughest man on the field. Salute. He also fumbled. His first quarter fumble. Again, there's plenty of football game. You do that on the first drive. There's a lot of football game left, so you don't want to look at that and say, that's the game. But had that drive been a field goal, had that drive been a touchdown, the 49ers aren't going to overtime, so maybe it was. You know what I mean? And there are a million different moments to point at and look and say, this is bad. That hurt. There's a lot that hurt the 49ers tonight. Little $5 going in the Ganja jar. Thank you very much. Thanks, Forrest, for being here and telling the truth. Forrest. I don't know where the Forrest things comes from, but I appreciate it. Damon, do you think a Shanahan coach team can win a Super Bowl? I mean, it's the funny night to answer that question. Yes, right? But yeah, I do. I think he's a really good coach. And I do think there would be a little bit of an Andy Reid situation where this guy is gonna win one. How about this? Kyle Shanahan is either gonna win a Super Bowl one day, or he will definitively be the best coach to have not won a Super Bowl in his coaching era. And I certainly hope that that's not it. I certainly hope that that is not it. 49ers need to stop Chris Jones on that O-line. Look, as soon as Feliciano went out, that was bad. Burford comes in. You got Jones having a batted down pass. You got him sacking Purdy. It was bad. Pay Jennings, trade Debo. Who's taking Debo in that contract? You'd maybe find someone. But that's not the. How about this? I'm giving you no pushback there. How did Dre get hurt? Jumping up and down after a 3-and-out on the sideline. He was on the sideline, jumped up and down, and popped his Achilles, which means he probably loses all of next year. Maybe it's time to sell the team. I don't think the Yorks are selling. As a matter of fact, I bet you most of the sharps and most of Wall Street would tell you that this is a stock that you hold on to. You don't sell the NFL. It didn't feel like they dominated early in the game. The offense didn't. The defense did. Remember, this game, they held the Chiefs to 3 points in the first half. And then when did it go bad? It went bad for the 49ers when, the Chiefs had 16 points in the second half and then the touchdown in overtime. But you hold the Chiefs and you can't be up 10-3 when you've held the Chiefs to 3. You got to be up 17-3 there. You got to be up 20-3 there. I mean, you got to do more than what they did. And then when you don't do that, when you only score 10 points against the Chiefs, and then the Chiefs get the ball, and you get off the field, and the Chiefs don't come right down and score on you, they had the field goal. But then it was 3-and-out, 3-and-out, 3-and-out. 3-and-out, 3-and-out, 3-and-out. That can't happen. Terry Bradshaw never, ever lost a Super Bowl either. All right. It's correct. Yeah, look, CMC's fumble was crushing. You can't win with that number of miscues. Mahomes is awesome, but we had him. Travis Kelce was shut down until he wasn't. Again, Travis Kelce, 1 catch, 1 yard in the first half. He finishes the game with 9 catches and is the leading receiver in the game in terms of yardage. Chef Craig, read my posts. I'm trying to, Chef. There's a lot of posts coming in. They're flying past me. That was tough. That was tough. Damon, no soup for you. Well, all I can tell you is that quite often throughout the history of sports, there's more engagement after a loss than there is after a win. So I don't know if this was bad for me. I know it was bad for 49ers fans. I know it was bad for the city of San Francisco, who could have used 1 million people coming on down on Thursday for a parade. By the way, the parade, I do know this for a fact. The parade would have been on Thursday. That was going to be my little bit of inside information that I dug up. But you don't start talking about parades until you win a Super Bowl. But I was going to be the first to tell you that the parade wasn't going to be on Wednesday, as everyone thought, because there's no reason to leave Kansas City, or excuse me, there's no reason to leave Las Vegas right after you've won a Super Bowl. You stick around, you party for a little bit. So they were going to do that, and their parade would have been on Thursday. Now it won't be. Nathan Henderson, D, please put this towards a taco of your choice. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. Chef Craig's, Niners win, break my heart again next year. Read my posts. Yes, I'm reading your posts. I've read several of your posts, Chef Craig's. Don't get angry at me tonight. I didn't lose the Super Bowl. Vegas is set up as the best Super Bowl town, man. The best Super Bowl town. It's maybe where it should be every year. I'll be back in Vegas for Fish in April at the Sphere. Looked awesome on the outside. Can't wait to be on the inside. Zoloft Tube. Okay. Thank you very much. Little super chat in action there. Steve says, I put this all on Kyle. He overthinks and kills momentum. Always third and long. He abandons the run. It's all on him. Again, I don't know if he totally abandoned the run tonight. The 49. I mean, here's the thing. We can go with what makes us angry, and I will tell you that it should have been even more Christian McCaffrey than we saw. But I don't think you abandon the run when you run it 31 times. But asking Brock to throw too often downfield, what about some screens for your guys? What about some screens to Debo and Kittle and Ayuk? I mean, you got to get George Kittle involved in this game. Steve Spagnuolo took him out of the game everywhere he went. But you got to figure out a way to get it to him. You got to feed him the ball. You got to do something. George Kittle might have well not even been in Las Vegas. Might as well not have done this. Ross Dwelly could have done what George Kittle did tonight. This is some truth to it. The Niners are dead to me now until next season. Exactly. We had the Chiefs reeling. They were absolutely Kelsey screaming at Kittle. There's no doubt the Kansas City Chiefs were frustrated, Dusty Gold. They were shitting their pants a little bit. And the 49ers just didn't capitalize on it. They didn't score enough points. They invited, with their lack of scoring, a Kansas City Chiefs team to hang around all night long. The 49ers are the Rockets who missed 27 straight threes. You know, I wasn't thinking that. You might be right. That was bad. That was rough. Damn, congrats on a cool season, but that last score against us sucked. Exciting game, though. Appreciate you, Damon, and the support. Thank you very much. I appreciate all you guys and gals, too. What a cool group we have had all year. It's been an awesome ride together. I hate how it ended. But it was an awesome ride together all year. And, where are we from let me just quickly check in here. Where are we from a subscriber standpoint? 17,099. One more subscribe. One person subscribes right now. We're at 17,100. We just crossed 17,000 my last day in Las Vegas. So if we're at 17.1 now, where are we going to be on week 1 next year? What are we going to look like at the end of next year's football season? What is this channel going to be 5 years from now? I hope tonight's maybe the first night you discovered me and you plan on sticking around and finding out, because we're going to do it over here and we're going to do it better than most. I'm going to tell you that right now. The adult sports fan is the most underserved fan in the world. Otis Bird III, Niner for life, Warriors and Giants for life as well. No matter how frustrated we get with our teams, we are still fans. And Otis, you are one of the best guys out there, and you are one of the most loyal dudes out there, and I'm very lucky to have you in my corner, and I thank you very, very much. This is from Robert. Robert says, Damon, I'm a big fan. I'm glad to see you having even more success. My dad passed away this September. He loved your show too. Robert, may he rest in peace, and I thank you very, very much. Sharing sports conversations with generations of families has been my privilege. I've loved the job that how about this? I loved the job that I had in radio. Unfortunately for me, it did not love me back. It did for many years. But the breakup was really fucked up at the end. I had to lose my job because my poorly run company ran out of money. Well, you know what the lesson is there? Don't work for poorly run companies anymore. Work for yourself. That's what I plan on doing. What's the best excuse to miss work tomorrow? I'm going to need it after this one. Tell him you got COVID. Tell him you got a Super Bowl stolen from you last night and you can't get out of bed. Chiefs were hitting. Dude, that Chiefs defense is good. That Chiefs defense is very good. Like I said all week long, I had to talk myself into the 49ers. I had to talk myself into the 49ers because if you tell me you're going to get the best defense coming into a game and Patrick Mahomes, I don't even need to find out who the other team is. I'll take the Chiefs. And that was my instinct. You're telling me I get the Chiefs, I get Patrick Mahomes, and I get the best defense on the field, and you're going to give me points? Yeah, I'll take the Chiefs. The national media will gaslight Kelsey, angry bump on Reed. I don't know. I don't think anyone can look at that and say that that's good or becoming, but it didn't prevent them from. Here's the thing. Winning is the ultimate deodorant. Doesn't matter what the mistakes were. Doesn't matter what the moment of I didn't like that was. You win the game. Nothing else matters. Deep Dive 35, the plus 183 player passing touchdown paid off huge. Juwan Jennings. Juwan Jennings was going to be the Super Bowl MVP if the 49ers had won this game. Offensive line, that hurt. It was the O-line. Chiefs figured out that the Niners' weakness, they pounded it. Like the Cavs pounded the rim after Bogut got hurt in 2016. You don't need to bring that up. But you're right. Thank you, Derek. Derek just looking to take two brutal defeats and combine them all into one just moment of pain and depression. Wish we had Eddie D. This shit wouldn't fly. I don't know. I don't know. It's a minimum 9 months for an Achilles. You'd think. Is that a, by the way, if we found out, is that a totally popped Achilles? Did that whole thing go? Bebop again, thank you very much. You've been generous with the super chats tonight. When do we move on from Kyle? Not anytime soon. I think he's got an extension. Again, once you wake up feeling a little bit more reasonable, it sucks to keep losing Super Bowls, but at least you're in them. Cubs, sucks to keep losing NFC title games, but at least you're in them. Kyle is no way. There's no working definition of Kyle being bad at this, but Kyle maybe not being good enough. It's going to haunt him. It's going to haunt him. He is going to look 5 years older by the time next season starts. You know, Spagnuolo got this done. He made incredible adjustments after halftime. Steve Spagnuolo, again, he dialed up 3 and outs with that defense. Oh, look at this. Someone thinks Judge Cecil. Spags made great halftime adjustments. I agree. Look, here's the thing. Did the 49ers lose? Yeah. Did the 49ers have some bad performances, big mistakes, lack thereof? This didn't work. That wasn't good enough. Yeah, they did. This is also a really good Kansas City Chiefs team. This is a dynastic Kansas City Chiefs. We are living in the Kansas City Chiefs era. You want to know how many teams lose to the Kansas City Chiefs in the Kansas City Chiefs era? Most of them. That's why it's their era. Bill T, I'll say it again. Kyle Shanahan is the next Marv Levy. Marv Levy's a Hall of Fame coach. Isn't he? Is Marv Levy in the Hall of Fame? Let's get that right. M-A-R-V-L-E-A. Marv Levy. Boom. What's that? Give me a Wikipedia page on Marv. Marv, is he in the Hall of Fame? Not only is in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, he's in the Canadian Football Hall of Fame. Again, Kyle is Marv Levy isn't quite the dunk on him that you think it is. Sporticus, the 49ers lost this game in the first half. They dominated the first half, and they let the Chiefs hang around. I'll agree with you there, man. They did not have – they should have been up more than 10-3. They should have been up more than 10-3. Soft coverage, yeah, not good. Damon, can we get some halftime commentary next year? Let me tell you, in Las Vegas, Larry and I talked about how we might approach next football season working together at sometimes, independently, maybe an in-game watch party together. A lot was discussed when we were in Las Vegas. We got a lot of football. We got a lot of time before we start worrying about next football season, how we're going to go about it. But all I can tell you, WBS, is thank you for wanting more. And in many ways, you're going to get more next football season. Yes, look, Trent Williams, his 2 false starts, hand banana, killed momentum. It did. It did. Again, Trent Williams, not good. All the people ready to jump ship must be young. Some of us have been waiting 30 years, and we're still here. Toughen up. This is football. Look, Generation TikTok is an absolute give it to me now, microwave my success, total pussy. They don't even know how to talk to girls, much less be football fans. There's a reason why we're looking at Generation Virgin. No talent, no experience, no worldview, in their silos of information. Poorly read, poorly studied, poor communicators, don't know how to do anything other than emote anger for the most part on the internet. It's sad. It really is. That's why you need an adult in the room to talk to the other adults in the room. And that's why I'm here. And I thank you very much for being here too. Brutal. I mean, here's the thing. I can't make you feel better tonight. Cannot make you feel better tonight. This was a brutal loss, man. Brutal loss. What is Darrell Luter Jr. doing on that play? What? How is he not being waved off that play by Ray on the punt? Totally came down, clipped him right in his foot, and then just jump on that loose ball, Ray. Just jump on the loose ball. Oh, this is Chef Craig's. Not mad at you, and thank you, my friend. Chef Craig's, I was wondering, you're like, read my stuff. You must have been talking and getting in an argument with another chatter. Okay. I'm like, I have been reading your stuff, man. Back off. Back off. What night of fish? I'll be there for a beer convention. I'm looking and going on 420 or 421. I'll buy you a beer. Terrence, I'm going to tell you right now, I heard those beers inside the Sphere are very expensive. So I'm going on 420 and 421. Those are my tickets. Jillian and I are coming in on 420 and 421. I got to buy. First of all, the first rule of fish is never miss a Sunday night show. Second rule of fish is you should get to Saturday as well. So we're going Saturday, Sunday. And maybe we'll see you there, Terrence. Thank you very much. I tell you, I got to bump into a lot of fans in Las Vegas. I'll tell you this story delicately. There's nothing better than being recognized by an African-American listener, and he greets you with the D. Bruce, my N-word, like as loud as possible in Las Vegas. Like everyone heard that. They see that you're talking to me. They see that I'm not what you just said. But yeah, it's, there won't be many more instances in my life where I'll get to look or feel cooler than that. So thank you very much. I gave him an awkward 4-step handshake. I did my best. Let me tell you who always does his best. How about that nice, smooth transition? Dr. Paul Hughes, who has supported this channel so much. He's supported the Postgame show, being its primary sponsor. Dr. Paul Hughes is there to make you feel better. If you got a screaming joint at you, if you've got a bone-on-bone situation, your shoulder, your hip, your knee, if you got one doctor telling you you need joint replacement, go see Dr. Paul Hughes because he can do it another way. He specializes in stem cell plasma PRP. I don't even know what that stands for, but he sucked fat out of my love handle. He spun it around in a centrifuge. He injected it back into my knee, and my knee feels good. Stem cells. There's something to them. So Dr. Paul Hughes, someone who can help you in the Bay Area. His offices are in San Mateo. His information to contact me is right on that bottom scroll right now. Orthopedicsurgeries.com if you'd like to avoid an orthopedic surgery. And thank you to Dr. Paul Hughes for being the sponsor of Postgame and Damon this year. Thank you to Ike's for really doing an awful lot to arrange the Vegas trip that just went on. I got some really good people behind this channel. My man Carl Buszczyk has helped out an awful lot. My man Benjamin Shapiro, my podfather, has helped me out an awful lot. My wife, Jillian, has helped me out an awful lot. Just one Joey, who has shot some Plus Manias. And by the way, Plus Mania 3, The Revenge, will be announced this week. Where we're doing it is the Halfway Club, which is a new bar in San Francisco, out on Geneva. It's in a south part of San Francisco, but it's in the part of San Francisco I live in. We've done some downtown shit. Now we're going to make it easier for people to come up to the peninsula to see us. So we are going to be at the Halfway Club. Don't know when, but it's going to happen for sure. What do you got there? Oh, Jillian just dropping something off. I thought she was coming in here because she had another complaint. Jillian does have another complaint. Hold on. By the way, when you said come get a taco.
I know. I saw. You guys, it wasn't dirty. It was just legit tacos. My parents made slow cooked, beautiful birra beef tacos. There's more upstairs for you. No.
How about that other taco?
Yeah.
Not tonight?
It's a sad taco.
Sad taco. I love you, baby. You want to talk about it?
Let us be serious for a moment.
Go away. On that note, you just lost the Super Bowl again.
No.
I'm sorry, baby.
I just want to say thank you, Plusers. It's been an amazing season. I'm glad to get you back on the weekends again, but this is not how I wanted it to end.
Right. Now I got to be a dad to my kids on Sundays again. I can't be like, oh, honey, I'm working. So I guess it's going to be a lot.
Indiana games don't count.
No Indiana game. Well, you know what? The way that we lost to Purdue the other night, fuck them too. How about that?
Go Bears.
She means Cal Bears, by the way, not Chicago.
See you next year, Niners.
Man. Daft King wants us at 50K for next year. I'd love to be at 50,000 subscribers. Let's make it happen. Here's the thing. I can do an awful lot. I cannot subscribe to my own channel. That's up to you guys. So please hit like and subscribe. Let's see. Did we get one more subscriber to put us at 17,000? And, oh, yeah, we've gotten 5 more. There we go. We're officially over 17,100. So keep it coming. Keep subscribing. And I thank you very, very much. Mark Persante, who, by the way, I saved this one for the Super Bowl. Mark sent this shirt to me on Christmas. Mark Persante, I'm not going to burn it. I still think it's a dope-ass shirt. I really do. I really like it. I thought I was going to put the good juju in the air tonight, Mark. Mark even coming in with more good juju. A 50 spot. You're a sweetheart, Mark. Thank you very, very much. Aw, look at this. Add this to the jar, my friend. Thank you very much, Chef Craig. That's going in the jar indeed. I thank you very much. I know my man Mark Persante is going to hit like an old Berkeley 88 dead tape or something tonight to feel better about this one. If I were you, I'd put on a jack straw and put one in the air. God, I didn't want to do this fucking show tonight. Not this show. Not this, here we go. Kyle can't win the big one. Maybe it's not Brock. Blah, blah, blah. I just didn't want to do this again. And we're going to get stuck here for at least another year. Like, wouldn't it be so much fun if we could just talk football? Otis says, I appreciate the kind words. It always means a lot. Well, Otis, your support is unquestionable, brother. Thank you so much. Spokane 509ers. How do we improve from here? Have we hit our ceiling? These are legit questions. I think that you haven't hit your ceiling because Brock Purdy's only 2 years into this league. I think you get a better offensive line. You got a dominant defensive line that's not, that you need more on that defensive line. I don't know how you get back. We're gonna have months to talk about how this team gets better. We have no idea what they're coming out of the draft or free agency with. But the 49ers, they got crucial players who are getting a little bit older for sure. This was a tough one, kids. This was a tough one. James Jones coming in here saying, hi, Damon. Oh, this is JJ. We've talked to JJ for the last 2 Fridays. A couple Fridays ago, anyways. This Friday I was in Vegas. But JJ, he called us to let us know that his father was in hospice care close to the end, and you lost him. On Thursday night, was really hoping he'd get this one. Wanted to say thank you for all the support from the family here. R.I.P. Pops, love you. Crazy respect to your departed father. James, may he rest in peace. The fact that you and your family were around him, I'm sure gave him great great comfort in his hour of need. And bless your whole family, man. Bless your whole family. James Jones, I'm so sorry that this wasn't brought home. May your father rest in peace. The Chiefs abused the weakness of the Niners, the O-line, similar to the Warriors. Oh, we already did this. We already did this, Bo. If you have a weakness, you get it. It's going to hurt over and over. We got this one, Derek, in there. I read it earlier, and I'll read it again. But to wrap up brutal championship loss with the other brutal championship loss, we don't need brutal loss squared. Maybe Kyle's a Swiftie. Now, Kyle listens to like Southern rap. Kyle named his son Carter, as in Lil Wayne's album Carter. UC Steve says, wife still can't let me join the club. Sorry, Damon. What do you mean? What do you mean? You're in the club. What are you talking about, UC Steve? Hit like, hit subscribe. You want to throw a super? You want to become a member of the initiated? This is all an option for you. But if your wife says no, you just hit like and subscribe, and you're helping an awful lot. And you've been around since we got going here, UC Steve. So you're in the club, baby. You are in the club. Bruce Wayne. Needed touchdowns instead of field goals. Yeah, especially at the end. Daryl Anthony Harper. Fuck it. I opened my bottle of champagne anyways. There's never a wrong time to pop a good bottle. So you should. Took tomorrow off. And here's what we really need. We need to take Labor Day and we need to remove it from the end of the summer, and it needs to be put on the Monday after the Super Bowl. That is the day you need a respite from labor. Labor Day needs to be moved to the Sunday after the Super Bowl. Does Tom Brady win this game for the Niners tonight? Well, no, because he's retired and doesn't play football anymore. So he's not winning anything other than some commercial endorsements. But I hear what you're saying, and I'm just going to tell you that it's hard to bet against. Hard to bet against Tom Brady in a Super Bowl. It's even harder to bet against a guy like Patrick Mahomes. You got beat by excellence tonight. They didn't even play an excellent game, but the Chiefs drip with excellence. They have one of the indisputable, already a small handful of years into his career, 6 years into Patrick Mahomes' career, he's one of the single greatest quarterbacks, if not the greatest quarterback to ever play, just in terms of the entire bag of tricks that he puts out on a football field. You also tonight have one of the greatest head coaches of all time, one of the biggest game defensive coordinator, great defensive coordinators of all time, and the single greatest tight end of all time. And the debate like, oh, George Kittle's better than Travis Kelce. My dick, he is. He might be more well-rounded, but no. Better than Travis Kelce is better than George Kittle. Well, maybe not as a blocker. Look, if you're in the modern NFL, you need a pass-catching tight end out in the route, which means you need a better offensive line, so you don't have to ask George Kittle to be the third best offensive lineman on your team. The three best offensive linemen on the San Francisco 49ers were Trent Williams, Aaron Banks, and George Kittle all year long. You know, you want to tweak your defensive coordinator? Go ahead. You want to move someone else in for how about this? I don't want to hear a word about firing Kyle Shanahan unless you're bringing in Bill Belichick, who, by the way, is like 70, just went around, didn't get rehired. Bring Belichick in as a consultant, draft well, get a better offensive line, and do it again. That's what sports is. Fail today, try again tomorrow. But this was tough. I mean, if not now, when was a legitimate question. If not now, when? This was the most healthy, most ready, most veteran. Kyle's finally got his quarterback. He's got a team that he believes in, ready to go. Didn't leave the West Coast in the postseason. Took an 88-minute plane ride to Las Vegas to go play a Super Bowl. Everything was set up for the 49ers to win it this year, and they didn't. They lost in overtime. Brutal. Absolutely brutal to lose in overtime. Clarence the Cannon, thanks for being the adult. I appreciate that. It's what I do. Look, I'm not going to say anything about deferring in overtime because I honestly wasn't. I thought you score a touchdown on the opening drive. I thought that was it. But yeah, you're right. All of a sudden, you're handing the other team a chance to just play 4-down football, and maybe that was the wrong way to go about it. I had the TV off, the muted. I was doing the show, so I didn't even know. Did the 49ers win the overtime coin toss and take the ball first? That feels like a mistake. But I'm not going to talk with any authority on something that I wasn't even sure of. Terrence again saying, no points off the interception was shitty. You see, Fish, my company is making foam Pilsner for the show? Oh, Rick, come on. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Okay. Yeah, you turn Patrick Mahomes over, no points. You recover a fumble, no points. That's you got to score. You got to score. Dr. Paul is the man. Hughes Orthopedics. Yes, he is. And by the way, when you do call Dr. Paul, when you do get in touch with him, you use the promo code Hunter. You tell him the Plu sent you. He'll give you 50% off your procedure. Can't fire Kyle, just need to get him an offensive coordinator. Hey, look, his offensive assistant was Josh McDaniel, and he goes take over the Dolphins, and Kyle hasn't lost a step. I mean, I think he needs someone whispering in his ear, just keep running the ball, man. Daft King says, no way, Halfway Club was my old stomping grounds. If you're talking about when it was Broken Record, that's the Halfway Club now is the old Broken Record, which went out of business after the pandemic. And my buddies got ahead and bought the place and are running it now. And we are going to be announcing Plus Mania 3, The Revenge, sometime this week. East Oakland Zay says, wow, Damon, beautiful bride. How'd you pull that off? Charm. When you got a face like this, you better be charming. One of my favorite lines is from Ramblin' Gamblin' Man by Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band. You know I ain't good looking, but I ain't shy. I may not be good looking, but I ain't shy. I'll chat a girl up. Hey, making Oregon tacos. Very nice, Chef Craig. Get those Oregon tacos. What's an Oregon taco? Taco Talk was maybe the best thing about this game. Sporticus, thank you. Oh, PRP. Look at this. My sister coming in. Platelet-rich plasma. That's PRP. Thank you. Warriors recap next. Yes, we will be turning our attention to the Golden State Warriors. Maybe at the right time of the year to do that. All of a sudden, Curry's cooking heaters, hitting big threes, winning big games. Maybe all of a sudden the Warriors have got a little bit something better than this sucks for us, and that would be good because this loss for the Niners sucked tonight. But yeah, we're going to be doing some Warrior post-game. We're going to be doing more late-night shows. We're going to be hanging out more because my wife's got the weekends back. We'll put the kids to bed, come down here and hang out. We'll do nightcaps together. Good to know that Smiley Dan is safe, even after a tough loss. Very, very safe. I bet he's so interested in being safe, he rolled up another thing that will make him even safer. Damon, I'm a dork. How do I do a super chat donation? Honestly, I don't know. I've never given anyone a super chat myself, so I don't know. I don't know. I think it's like you push this little button, like when if you're looking at your phone like I am, down on the chat on the bottom, you push a button and then it says super chat, super stickers. It's like a little dollar sign. It's got a little dollar bill inside of a rectangle, and it's next to where you would push chat if you're watching on your phone. I think it's even a little easier. Certainly to join a membership on like a laptop, but there's a little rectangle with a dollar sign that usually means click here for money something. Again, I don't even know what I'm doing over here yet, and in year one we've done a pretty good job. We're not even through year one. We'll officially be at year one on April 3rd, which is when I started hosting Damon Bruce shows regularly. And I hope you plan on joining me for regular Damon Bruce shows starting tomorrow, Monday at 11 a.m. I'm going to be back at it talking to Plusers, but we're going to go also at 8 a.m., yours truly, Larry Krueger, simulcasting a wake up on both of our channels, and that's what's coming up. I'm actually going to, because it's been something I've done all year, be clipping or flipping over and joining Krueger for a little bit over on his channel to wrap up the evening after I go up and eat a taco. And when I say eat a taco, I literally mean a taco. Man. Damon, you plan on taking calls in the future? Sure. But on the post-game show, we don't want to get stuck in any one thing. This is a fast-moving, aggressive post-game show. But yeah, we've been doing Sports Phone Fridays. Again, KNBR canceled Sports Phone, said they didn't want it anymore. I said, oh, great, I'll take it back. I did. And they're like, oh, shit, we're going to go with Sports Phone again. Too late. I already took it. I have the longest-running Sports Phone in America. And we'll be back at it on Friday. Kiko says, Damon, when you draft Christian McCaffrey with the first pick of the first round for fantasy, are we seriously? 49ers lost the Super Bowl. You're worried about a next fantasy draft? Damon, the 49ers got outscored 18-12 in the second half. Brock Purdy had that deer in headlights look on the sideline. Well, when Feliciano went down, it went bad. But no, he did not have the deer in headlights look on the sideline. He's always stoic. He's always staring there. Brock Purdy wasn't scared. Brock Purdy didn't lose this game tonight. Kyle Shanahan lost this game by asking Brock Purdy to throw on first down over and over and over coming out of the half when they went 3 and out 3 times in a row. That's where this game was lost. I'm not putting it on Purdy. Purdy could have been better. Was he perfect? No. But was he the biggest problem? Hardly. That offensive line is what that offensive line is why Brock might have looked uncomfortable. But Brock was not uncomfortable. I don't think he was a deer in the headlights. I mean, what did he do wrong? He didn't turn the ball over in this game. No interceptions. He was only sacked once. Patrick Mahomes threw an interception. He got sacked 3 times. I thought Brock played with composure. He was 23 of 38 for 255 yards. I mean, I think that there's a lot of blame to go around before you actually put it on Brock. You know, was he the best quarterback in this game? No, he wasn't. But the other quarterback was Patrick Mahomes, so I'm going to guess there's not a lot of human beings who will ever be the better quarterback in any game that has ever played against Patrick Mahomes. Fred Warner's overrated. That's like the third really stupid thing you've said tonight. There's nothing overrated about Fred Warner. Fred Warner was awesome. He led the 49ers in tackles. He's a huge reason why you didn't see Travis Kelce until it was the wrong time to see Travis Kelce. They played very well. Fred Warner's awesome. Again, the least of your problems. You're circling names that are the least of your problems. And Terrence, I'll see you at the fish show maybe. I'm looking forward to trying your beer. But this was not a complete failure of a season. You lost the Super Bowl. That's not a complete failure of a season. But Kyle has completely failed to win a Super Bowl in 2 chances, and that hurts. And this is going to hang over next year. It's going to hang over so many people. It's going to hang. This is going to hurt for a while. This is going to hurt for a while. I'll give you, how about this? When Kyle reaches his next Super Bowl, if he doesn't win that one, you might want to fire him then. Because at that point, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. WBS, very, very encouraging. 50,000 by spring training. I think spring training begins in 2 weeks, so probably not. But thank you. Scott says, Kyle got outmatched every time we played a great defense. Cleveland, Baltimore, Kansas City. What wins championships? Great offenses? Is that the cliche? Great defenses beat great offenses historically throughout the history of all football. It shouldn't work differently for Kyle necessarily. I mean, I don't think he got outmatched, outcoached tonight. I don't think this was a game of embarrassment, but they went cold at the wrong time. The 49ers got cold at the wrong time. They didn't pick up the first down when they needed to. They couldn't get off the field when they needed to. They had 382 yards of offense. It was 455 yards of offense for Kansas City. It felt like all of it came in overtime, basically. But the 49ers, they got outpassed. They got outrushed. And I still don't even think it was necessarily a bad game for the defense. More points were needed. More points didn't happen. That's rough. Again, where was Fred Warner today? Leading the 49ers in tackles and shutting down Travis Kelce for 3.5 quarters. Ange, I mean, I can't help you go to the bathroom. You're going to have to figure this out on your own. I wish it didn't roll like this tonight. I wish this did not happen tonight. Love the show. Thank you very much, JP 5150 VH. Oh, look at that. Little 5150 Van Halen. Great album. Sammy Hagar at the peak of his powers. This hurts, D. Bruce. Yes, Conrad, it does. Oh, an Oregon taco is a folded flapjack with smoked salmon inside? I didn't know that. I did not know that. So I learned a little something new tonight. Thank you very much for being here tonight. Again, you could have gone anywhere and you chose to come and hang out with me right here. That means an awful lot. This is Shane Sack. Is that what that is? Even my dad, who barely watches football, was screaming for them to run the damn ball. Look, I even tweeted it. I even threw in an F word. I was like, Kyle, run the fucking ball. This is Jorge Luis Stolo. I thoroughly enjoyed listening to you all season. Heartbreaking loss. On to next season. Thanks for the memories. Well, all I can tell you, Jorge, is that I've thoroughly enjoyed talking to you. Here's the thing. I'm not talking to you, I'm talking with you. And that's the cool thing about what is legitimately a community that has been built here, that you can build on YouTube, that is more special and more intimate than really any other community I've ever been a part of when it comes to being a broadcaster. In radio, you're talking at someone. On YouTube, the way that you can interact, it feels like you're talking more with someone. So this was a special first year. I got thrown into this against my will, feeling bad for myself when it all started. And I'm telling you that the future is right here, right now. And I wouldn't want to go back to radio if it meant I couldn't keep building this. Because the only thing I know is that when you work for somebody, something can go wrong that you have nothing to do with, and that means you're out. I get to work for myself over here. I get to work with people who want to work with me, and that's exciting. It really is. Again, imagine what this is going to be 2-3 years from now. Imagine what this might be just week 1 next year. Imagine. I know I do. I want to thank, again, my man Ike for doing an awful lot to get me and Larry to Las Vegas this past week. I want to thank Dr. Paul Hughes of Hughes Orthopedics for all he has done to support Postgame and Damon. I had breakfast with him in Las Vegas the day that I left, and he was already talking about what can we do again together next year. So that means this is officially happening. This is officially working, and we will get you through the postseason, the off season. Oh, we got you through the postseason. Now it's time for the off season. We're going to be hitting you with Monday through Friday shows, 11 a.m. West Coast time. Wake Up is going to be at 8 a.m. Monday morning West Coast time, streaming on both my and Larry Krueger's channels. And then in about a couple of weeks from now, Wake Up is going to turn into a 3-day-a-week show. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, Larry and I will be taking this entire market over and never giving it back. Oh, have the other 2 channels put shows on YouTube too? Great. Just means your probably not good enough show will be on YouTube as well. We got a superior show for you. And I think that you know that. I think that you like it. It certainly feels like you have this year, and I am honored. I'm honored for all the support, all the super chats, all the likes, all the subscribes, all the memberships, everything. Thank you so very, very much for supporting. And look, Damon, dang, my first super chat. I'm just going to say smoked salmon ain't the only thing that's good on a Sunday. Let's breathe in and out. Great start. Well, thank you, Daryl Anthony Harper. Thank you very, very much. Joseph, you and Larry are the best. Thank you very, very much. Nobody will watch or listen to national sports media the next 1 or 2 weeks. Trust me, it helps expedite the healing. That's probably good advice. That is probably good advice. And all I can tell you is that you really have been a remarkable group to go through this season with. Thank you for going through it with me. It meant an awful lot. Lots of videos coming up, lots of content coming your way, lots of live shows, lots of appearances. Look, it's basketball season now as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to have to get myself over to Chase Center a little bit more, have to get some Warriors on the show. It's going to be a great, great basketball season. Whether the Warriors are good or not, I'm going to do my best with it. Man, it's too bad that they didn't get that stop on 4th and 1 in overtime. That would have won the Super Bowl. But it didn't happen, and that hurts. Thank you so much for being just an awesome, awesome group. Thank you for being here. Donkashane. Yeah, I bumped into frickin' Wayne Newton in Las Vegas. And if that's not the most Las Vegas thing there is, I don't know what more you'd want. I am terribly sorry that the 49ers have lost the Super Bowl. That hurts. That one hurts. Give me a night to think about it. I'll be even better tomorrow morning. I can tell you that. 11 a.m. shows. Like and subscribe. Hit notify. Don't miss a thing. Thank you very, very much for watching. Wherever you are, get home safe, right? No big mistakes tonight. Take an Uber, especially if you're drinking that anger away. But if you are already home, go to bed. And when you wake up tomorrow, it will be the 10,607th day since the 49ers last won a Lombardi trophy. They were mere minutes away from ending that streak tonight. It continues. By the way, as someone who grew up a Cubs fan, I've seen that number get a lot worse. That sounds bad, but it can get worse than that. Trust me. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here all season. Thank you for the support, the likes, the subscribes, the super chats, all of it. And please do remember that sports don't build character, they reveal it.